Oh, we're live. Yeah, I like this new look. I like the black.
I know you're trying to make me look thinner, dog. I appreciate it.
You like that shit, Daddy? It's fucking. Hey, so what's well, first off, this is the Usual Tuesday podcast brought to you exclusively,
Mm.
right,
On
by your,
Spotify. Oh,
on Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, and all the broadcasting channels that the hosts Save One, 0%, and myself, Korpsx, are all broadcasting to. Thank you for everybody tuning in. First and foremost, guys, you look amazing. Second, what is up? Who is buying stock in baby oil?
oh, not after Diddy's arrested, bro. That
No,
shit's
dude.
plummeting.
No, buy baby oil. People are about to get fucking freaky out here. They're about to get weird.
What would have
Allegedly.
been? Nah, maybe not. Because I don't know actually the allegations
actually,
that have to go with Diddy.
do people actually use that shit when they're like in nasty? I don't like that shit, bro. I don't like to be too slippery.
I used oil before and stuff. I didn't like it. I think my skin down there is a little sensitive. Um, I don't enjoy that. I'm serious. It is like delicate, bro. I am fucking like motherfuckers gotta be gentle with me down there, bro. What the fuck?
They gotta caress you.
No,
Whoa, girl.
no. You know
Relax.
what it is? You know what it is? It's the scented oils and anything that has like a warming agent to it does not fare for my skin.
I feel like
Like,
that's weird. Just like the warming aspect of stuff.
yeah, it's not cool.
I don't like it.
I don't.
I don't like the idea of it.
it's a strange concept that somebody's like, yo, we are gonna put this
But it,
like fluid on these people and make it warm up.
but it's like the same concept of like the well, maybe not exactly the same, but of like the hot wax. I can't imagine that, bro.
Oh, I want to try that shit.
Bro,
You're
fuck
fucking,
no.
fucking freak.
But we already know about my freak offs. Now they
I
have
just-
this one that's like it turns into like massaging oil after.
Well, see,
It's
that
melted.
might be okay. That might be
But
cool.
it's hot on your skin.
I'll see.
That still might be okay though. That has it.
Is it double purpose?
Yeah, it's like a double entendre. You know, it serves multiple purposes.
Double entendre. Wait, Cisco, did you ever listen to the? I was gonna say Keemstar, the Kendrick drop.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Oh, did we? I don't remember.
Yeah, I told you it was kind of like a diss.
No, like but we didn't talk about it on the podcast.
Oh. Yeah, I mean it was cool. I don't know. I don't understand why Kendrick's all of a sudden trying to put out new music. And if you're gonna say that there's no round two, then dead it. Like, don't talk about it anymore. If you won, you won.
But
We're already on like round 6 though. Let's be real.
No, we're there. Everybody says that he won the battle, right? So he said that there's no round two, like that's done. So if it's done, then you don't need to mention it anymore.
I seen that, and one. That's what I'm saying is what do you mean round 2 when we're already in round 6? He didn't clear this man on any track. He didn't clear.
wait, Kendrick?
Kendrick didn't clear.
Kendrick definitely quit.
What? That fucking
No, not
Yep,
like
he
us.
definitely
Not
did.
like us. Was the kill off? It killed off.
Cleared him.
But up into that point, there was no. I still don't think he even fucking cleared. Like.
No, Drake was winning, in my
cleared.
opinion. Drake was winning, in my opinion,
Looking
until that song
back,
came out.
Family
I would
matters.
argue there's an argument. There's an argument on both sides. That's why I was like, that's why I was waiting for the next one, waiting. I was like, oh my god, it's the best beef ever. And then when Not Like Us came out, I was like, ooh, that's it. That's the one. Let's just go ahead.
I don't
And
even
then-
like
Yeah,
that
bro,
song,
because-
but you kind of like have to like it. You know what I mean?
It's a good.
Like it's hard. It's if they play it somewhere, you're like, "Fuck, I don't like this song," and you hear that A minor, like you're gonna be like, "They're not like us," you know? Like
yeah, it's like, oh,
you have to like that song. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard not to
Yeah.
like that song.
all just mad in the corner, like, fuck,
Yeah,
yeah, not
like-
like us, not like us, fuck.
Plus,
Just
it's
pop a
like
little
if you're
bit.
from the West Coast and you like West Coast music, like that's a West Coast banger. You know what I mean?
It was a banger.
But here's the thing: is do we think that he's gonna be able to play it at the Super Bowl? I don't think he is. You calling a motherfucker a PDF file? in your song and you say that shit, I don't think you could say that.
Bro,
Obviously.
you know I just had a video taken down by YouTube. Shout out YouTube. I got a video taken down by YouTube because in the title I put on my QAnon, and I just went in there talking about like how QAnon is this new thing, blah blah blah. It was like, bro, I was blitzed out of my mind just talking about QAnon for a smoking section, and they hit me with a warning.
That's
How
crazy.
fucking dare you,
No,
YouTube?
one time
Although, but
I was
isn't-
playing. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, is that a terrorist organization?
No,
Am I tripping? Wait, why do I feel
no,
like-
you're a conspiracy group. Now, this is the thing. Is and I don't want to get political, right? But when people say to me, when they say, "Oh, conspiracy theories can be harmful," I don't like that because just the way that the word conspiracy theorist came about, like what it was associated with. On top of that, there's a lot of conspiracy theories that have been proven to be true. Third, a conspiracy is something done in secret that only a select group of people know about, right? So is the conspiracy on the theorist, or is the conspiracy really on the people doing the thing and others are just theorizing on it? Like, are we having a weird play on words here?
Are you blitzed right now?
I am high right now.
The fuck? What's that?
So to say conspiracy theorist is wild, but QAnon is allegedly somebody in Q is allegedly somebody who's like some high ranking like high ranking. They have to be either military or some type of personnel because the level of clearance of information, one, two, the things that they've taken pictures of and have been around. It's like, how were you in the Oval Office? Like, how did you hold the presidential pin? Like, how were you able to take that picture? How did you even have access to that picture? Like, you know what I'm saying? So people now, the QAnon heads though went like public talking about there's a secret cabal of people. You know what I'm saying? Like saying some crazy stuff, like crazy off
There
the wall.
is. They're all about to come out on this Diddy list.
Allegedly.
Yo, the
Dude, I
Diddy
just got a video
photos-
taken down, bro. I just got a video taken down. Allegedly. So
The Diddy list is going to be crazier than the Epstein list.
no, I
think?
don't think so. I
But
think
also-
Oh, yeah, and it's
how
actually going
long?
to come out that Diddy killed fucking Pac.
How that would be crazy. How long did Diddy have his part? Like, how many years did Diddy have his parties?
Well, the dude
30
has
plus
been-
years.
The dude has been in the industry for like 35 years.
That's
Longer,
crazy.
actually, since 95.
let's
no,
just let's be
89 or
generous. Let's be generous and say for 25 years, the better part of 25 years, he's been one of the biggest and baddest music moguls of all time. I mean, he's living off of the royalties of so much music that we grew up to, like still currently making money and living off of that. You know what I mean? Let
Do you-
alone the TV shows and shit.
Mm-hmm. How did he even get that? Did he just
He was
buy
a
it?
producer.
Oh, but did
And then
he
he started a record label.
controls royalties? Oh, okay. I didn't know he owned his own record label.
Yeah, Bad Boy
Oh.
Records.
Oh, bro. When you're talking about like independent artists and stuff and this new wave that they're on of owning their masters and X, Y, and Z, that's because there was people allegedly. I don't want to spread conspiracy theories, right?
Oh my gosh.
But you know, you sign a deal that promises you X amount of money, right? But what these guys weren't looking at was like, okay, on the back end though, after so many years, you then like either submitted your rights to the masters of this music, or they just tuck it, you know.
Yeah, like Michael Jackson didn't own the rights to his music either.
So
That's why you can buy catalogs. Like the Beatles catalog was purchased. Michael Jackson's catalog was purchased by Drake. Like that way they can use the samples and stuff when they're gone. That's why a lot of people were able to use Biggie samples because Diddy could still sell them. He owned all the royalties and the masters from Biggie, and that's why Biggie wanted out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why like people like Taylor Swift, right? When she got out of her record deal, she published her album and changed like certain chords in the songs or changed like a word in the lyrics. That way she could republish the music and drop the CD on her own so she could make the money from it because she didn't make any money from that album.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. The fact
Scooter Braun.
that's like a thing. The only reason I know that too is
Yeah, but Scooter Braun is like super. He's just a manager, but I mean, he's still Justin Bieber's manager, and he's still
He's the one that took her music.
Ariana Grande's manager too. So
He
I don't
took
know if he just made a bad deal, but I don't think
he
he's a
took
bad
all
guy.
their music. He
But I
took
was gonna
all
say,
their
how
music.
can you as a manager even do that? Like you write it in, like you said, like oh, in the contract, I get rights.
Yeah,
Bro,
you're the one who puts these people in front of the record group, so you
The
get a portion of
artist.
everything.
bro, it's like how they do any of these deals, right?
Mhm.
They find a 15-year-old, right? Let's say a Justin Bieber. They find a young 15-year-old. They hand them this fat stack, say, "Oh, here's your contract," right? But before that, they've told them about the cars they're going to own. They
You know,
told them
we're gonna
about
give you
the
1.5
houses,
million dollars. We're gonna put your mom in this house. We're gonna get a brand new Mercedes Benz.
cash money, young money, cash money. A signing on bonus was a fucking black card. As a part of Young Money Cash Money Records, you were given a black card on signing, bro.
What is the black card?
American Express black card, no
What
limit.
is it like?
Credit
Oh
card?
shit!
There's a minimum spend that you have to be able to verify that you spend every month to even own one. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like $50,000 or something, like in 6 months or some shit. You have to prove of purchases to even.
Let's just
own
say
one.
normal people don't get that card.
Yeah, you don't get
Well,
that.
but
card.
also like what you gotta pay it back.
Yeah,
You're
but the
gonna
label
pay.
pays it back. The label pays it back.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're paying
yeah.
it. You're paying it back.
But it comes out of your portion of the check. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But then the other thing they'll do is they'll say, let's say it's like a pop star, right? They'll be like, hey, we're gonna get you over with Ed Sheeran. He has a song written for you and everything already. Like, of course, you know Ed Sheeran writes hundreds of millions of fucking hits. So yeah, you're gonna have a #1 hit on the radio. You got all this fucking money. You're gonna make sure your parents are straight, and all you gotta do, you know what? Don't worry about the contract. I'll look through it, and I'll give you the post-it notes later on what you need to know. Let's just know that you're gonna stay with this label for five albums. You got to do this many features, and then you got to go on tour at least twice. And that's what it is.
I heard something along the lines of like the Drake deal where he got 400 million, but he like sold. I don't know if he sold his rights, like his what is it his masters.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's the case or if he just has like a record deal where it's like yeah X amount of tours, X amount of whatever albums.
Well,
whatever.
from what I understand, Young Money and Cash Money split
Mhm.
because Birdman wasn't holding up his end of the offer. So Cash Money was like the big label. Then they had Young Money, which is was a sublet label off of that label where they worked together to sign artists. And if it was like old timer artists, they'd go up here. Young new artists, they'd go down here. And then off of that, each of them pretty much made their own label. Like I know Tyga had his Last Kings label,
Last Kings.
and then Drake has OVO. I think somebody else had another like little label that was doing stuff, and then they can sign their own artists. So like that's why Drake has artists underneath him. That's why he was trying to sign The Weeknd.
I did hear
he
about
was
that.
They all kicking upstairs, boy. They was all kicking upstairs at one point, and that's how these record label dudes really do it. You know what I mean? Until they break off and they have enough legs to stand on their own. You know what I mean? They're all kicking upstairs. Birdman been raking in the money for a while. For a fucking while. That's why he's
Yeah,
a
but that
somebody in
motherfucker's
the industry.
He's in debt though.
Yeah,
Motherfucker's in debt.
yeah, but you still have to check in with him though. Like he's one of those people in Atlanta you check in with.
Somebody playing music?
No. Yes.
It's no, it's D.
yes.
It's D. It's D.
It is.
It's okay.
It's me.
It's
It's
okay.
me. It's me. He doesn't have his headphones on. How's he gonna hear us? It is me. Yes.
Oh, hurt.
Sorry. Miss
Very
Crystal
good.
Waters is in the shower.
No, you're good. I just didn't know if somebody was like playing Pokemon or what.
No, I didn't know if that was
No.
like Baby Shark in the background. I was like, oh shit, the kids.
Oh yeah, that is crazy though. Because the only reason I know about it, or like even have heard about this, like the the Masters deal, is because John Bellion, my favorite artist, he was on the podcast, and he was talking to this dude named George Janko about because he hadn't released any music in 6 years, been writing for other people, he has credits everywhere, and they were like, "Why?" He asked him, "Why don't you make music anymore? Like, are you just out of it? You want to make money and like dip and not be famous, whatever, whatever." And he was like, no, my label, like, I just realized what they were doing. Like, I would play shows and I would like not see almost anything. Like, it would take forever for me to pay off what they originally had given me. And then I know my master's and XYZ. And so I guess he just waited it out for 6 years until they finally like caved and were like, you could have your shit, whatever. And I guess he's out of it now. And now he's already teased about coming back. He has a song. Hopefully it's going to come out soon. But yeah, I'm excited for an album from him. I'm so hyped.
Do you guys know that guy that sings if I could write you a song to make you fall in love? What's that guy's name?
I have no clue.
That was my jam. But same thing happened to that dude. He got shelved by his
Jason Mraz?
Is it Jason Morales?
Mraz?
No, it's not Jason Mraz. Jason Mraz is so take no more is in our way.
It's the same guy.
Yours. No, it's not.
Who? Chat. Somebody
tell me that song. If I could write you a song to make you fall in love, I would already have you right under my arms. I need this.
Mike Posner.
Mike Posner. Yeah, that's his name. Jason Mraz is I'm Yours.
Was it Cooler Than Me?
Cooler Than Me, yeah.
I think.
Yeah. What'd you say the name was? Mike Posner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name. Jason Mraz is I'm Yours. I'm Yours. But that dude, Mike Posner, he had another song too. I think Cooler Than Me was his first hit, but he had another banger too. Yeah, that's my jam.
Yeah.
I'm about to bump that after we get off the pod.
But I did actually watch that video. Maybe it's a different video, but I saw like a short that it was that where he was like, "Oh yeah, my record label shelved me, like didn't want to release any music for me or whatever."
Yeah, he's talked about it a lot for a long time because he's now like this holistic guy and like goes on crazy walks everywhere and like found nature and shit like that. So, but he talks about how like he was a big pop star and then nothing. You know what I mean? That's like there was a couple other people like that too. What was that English dude? Baby, are you down, 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 down? That dude, same thing. Shelved. Adrian Marcel. It's 2 a.m. I'm horny, girl. That guy was shelved too. There's been so many, bro.
I think
you don't know that song?
Do you think it's a weird cop out? Maybe not cop out, just like a coping thing. If somebody rises to like somewhat big stardom or like, has some sort of career in the industry or some sort of entertainment for them to like maybe fall a little bit or maybe like not be able to sustain it for long, for them to like go to like, I found God or like I'm like a one with nature now. Do you think it's a weird coping thing?
No, because I think you understand what the other side of the coin looks like.
Yeah. And
it's like you had the glitz and glamour and then you were like, yeah, it really is not cut out for everybody.
But it wasn't like a matter of I gave it up. It was just like I got it taken from me. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like,
but that's why they say like Hollywood will chew you up and spit you out. That's what they mean by that. Sometimes you have to be resilient enough to do it. And if you don't, then you get spit out. And then what happens after you get spit out? A lot of people find God.
Go to God.
Hey, and
he's a good guy to find though.
Even then, it's like it's rough out here when your lyrics, right, is your voice. And your voice is a part of who you are. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you have this record label breathing down your fucking neck about what you should and shouldn't be putting out. Like what songs is hits and what songs ain't. Like what is going to make it on the album and what ain't. Like what you need to talk about and what you shouldn't talk about. Like that gets rough. And you start questioning your decisions, the decisions you've made. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I signed on to this fucking record label. Like, holy fuck, like damn son, like they have control of all my stuff. My social media is managed by them, my emails managed by them, my kids get picked up by them, my mom, like her apartment's under their name. Like, oh fuck, and now I gotta put out these songs. Like that can do something to somebody. That's kind of scary, bro.
perfect example of somebody that I listened to that was like that was Hobson. I don't know if you guys know who Hobson is.
Hobson, bro.
I think I showed Damien Hobson before.
I think so.
So
Is that dude? I forgot what song.
he's the one who did the Ill Mind of Hobson.
Yeah. That show's tight.
So him and his group, they had a small group, Funk Volume. It was him, Dizzy Wright, Swizz, and Jerem Benton, right? And bro, their shows were bangers, and they weren't big sold out arenas. They weren't big nightclubs. They were like little like House of Blues type of shows, right? But when I tell you the shows were insane, they were some of my favorite shows to ever go to. And I loved all their music, every single one of them. And you could just tell it was cool what they were doing. They all got along with each other, even though like Hobson didn't smoke, the rest of everybody smoked and drank and did drugs, and he was cool about it. And they could just interact well. And then their manager started doing like weird shit, right? He started like gambling all their tour money, and then signed on with like they tried to do like a fitness program and all this shit. And then that's when the group broke up, because they were like, yeah, we're not doing all this shit. And Hobson was always the headliner, and he was like, I'm done. So Hobson moved to Thailand, bro. And nobody heard from him for like 8 months. And then one day he popped back up on social media and was like, I just needed to go away and clear my head from all this shit and like get back to real life. So I don't think it's a cop out. I think it's like I said, you
reset.
You see, you saw what it's like to, be entertaining for other people all the time, anytime you're doing something, and that can just be too much for somebody.
Mm-hmm. It's rough, dude. And then on top of it, like, we're lucky enough to be able to talk about the things we want when we want to talk about them, say the things we want, argue how we want, like, and be cool at the end of the day. Like, but when you have somebody like who's chiming in from the background, and it's like, whoa, bro, imagine if we had a manager. Imagine like somebody like really like watching our stream being like, yo, champ, you gotta knock that off. Like, the amount of shit that we could be potentially canceled for in 15 years, like, that I've said.
Well, probably you and I, but
for sure. For sure.
Chat, listen, scrub all of the evidence, okay?
I'm just saying.
Delete all 7,000 tweets like Usher.
Yeah,
exactly. 7,000 tweets is crazy.
Bro,
he did 7 or 70,000, one of those two.
That's even crazy.
He wiped out his whole Twitter. But the thing,
he's hacked.
I think he got hacked.
He said he was.
Wait, for the wiping or for the 70,000 tweets?
The wipe.
Okay.
The
70,000 tweets is not
no.
that much if you think about it. Think of when the birth of Twitter was. From then till now.
Was he here from the beginning? Is that what?
I'm sure he was. He's an artist.
Do you really for a second believe the same company, right, that's already been in bed with the government, do you really think that if the courts subpoenaed the metadata for his account, that they would not submit it to him?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think that's justifiable by a proper search warrant. You know what I'm saying? You get the proper search warrant. Anything you say on social media, yes, should be able to be held against you, right? But at the same time, like I'm saying, it's all jokes. Like right here, it's all fucking jokes, dude.
Oh, can I bring up a topic actually?
I'm
sorry, really quick. I did the math. Sorry. Twitter came out in 2006. To do 70,000 tweets over the course of 18 years, you'd have to do 3,888 tweets a year.
That's not a lot.
So easy.
I guess that's 10 tweets. That's 10 tweets a day.
Who
the fuck has that much to say?
What about replies, media?
Do you know how easy it is to preset?
How many times Korpsx used to tweet a day?
Bro, 100.
10 tweets a day, bro. I deleted my Twitter.
Bro, I would talk about wanting to suck titties at 7 a.m., bro, during the pandemic.
Okay.
During the pandemic, dude.
That is reasonable.
I was going wild, fool. I was waking up at 5 a.m. with nothing better to do.
You just see Korpsx's Twitter activity just...
Yeah, bro, it skyrocketed. It was wild.
2020 hit titties on the hour.
So, I know you guys don't watch a lot of podcasts, but there's two podcasts that I wanted to bring up, just topics real quick. One, I know I texted D about this. Did you guys see Sketch was on Bad Friends? Hello, brother.
Hello, brother. I saw a clip, but I
It
haven't
is
watched. I haven't watched Bad Friends in a while.
fucking hilarious, bro. First and foremost. But what I wanted to bring up about that was, and I was talking to this with my boys that I play video games with, is I think it's because he was doing a lot of like joking about the stuff that happened with him, right? Like all his the leaked videos that came out of him doing some
I need to
pretty
watch that episode actually.
so
I don't know about that. What happened? Leaked videos of
Oh,
what?
let him know.
yeah,
Let him know. Save.
he had like I guess an OnlyFans only
Oh,
only friends. And he did some homosexual things on there.
This is prior to him being a big streamer. That
Yeah, prior.
he's
So
beloved
he
by a lot
so
of
he
people.
skyrocketed, right? He skyrocketed,
Oh,
became
sketch,
really big.
sketch. Okay,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
And then these videos got leaked. So when the videos got leaked, he was at an organization's house, Phase, which is a huge organization, probably the original organization that ever started video game organizations. Shout out to 100 Thieves. Please sign me. And he left the house without saying anything when all this videos leaked, and he said he was gonna off himself. And the guys at the org house like messaged him like, "Hey, come back. Why'd you just leave like that? This, that, and the other," and basically like talked him off of a ledge.
Mhm.
And he sent out like a big thank you, or he came out later and was like, if it wasn't for these guys, I wouldn't be here anymore. And then that's when he did a live stream, kind of like, yeah, it was me in the videos, this, that, and the other. And then the most amazing thing happened, bro. The community came together and was basically like, we don't give a fuck, like what it was, what happened. We still love you. And
Yeah, bro, because he almost got canceled by like a select few of doing some gay shit. Like, who fucking cares, really, bro? If you're not hurting anybody, everybody's of consent.
but it was absolutely beautiful to see all the love.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what my friends and I were talking about, is that he was able to like come out, say it was him, and like he's still big, and he can joke about it. You know what I mean? Like somebody, Bobby Lee was on the podcast and was like, okay, so besides the like hey brother thing, like what are you big for? Like what are you known for? And he was like, check Google, bro. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Wait, was
like,
he ever like condemning of the gay community?
well,
No,
he
no,
basically no, but he was like basically saying like that was a really rough time in my life, a lot of addiction, a lot of bad things in my life, and I want to put that behind me.
Hey, listen. We've all partied a little hard, okay?
Wait.
Not that hard, buddy.
When you say we've
all I'm gonna say is my man went hard in the paint. I partied hard, okay? My man went a little hard in the paint. Is all I'm gonna say.
Hard in the paint, unintended.
All
Like-
puns intended. Listen, I've been to a nudist bar, okay? I've been around naked people. Like, he just got a little freaky with it. Whatever.
Sure.
My thing is,
Little is the thing. I told my boy, I told Jordan, I said, yo, can you find me those videos? I need to find them because that shit. 'Cause I need to see I need to see how bad it was.
Bro,
And let me tell you, when I opened this shit, it was bad.
That's mad.
But no, my thing is though, is as long as he's consistent, right? Like,
Oh yeah, this guy doesn't talk bad about anybody.
that's what I'm more wondering about. Like, if he was one of those fucking, like oh boy Sneeko, right? Like, and I like a lot of his stuff. I think he's funny, like, but there's.
He used to be so good. I used to love watching his YouTube channel.
I used to think he was really funny, and then now he's like all this, like, oh, this is haram and X, Y, and Z, and like all these people, and like he's really like flexing that, and it's cool, do your thing, bro. But
Kind of like Hassan, huh? Fucking
Hassan.
I hate that motherfucker, bro. Okay, so other podcasts I wanted to bring up, and I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called the Shits and Gigs podcast. It's these two English dudes, and recently they were in America, and they did Andrew Schultz's show.
Mhm.
And do you know who Andrew Schultz is, Damien?
Yeah, I've seen.
Are they
Flagrant.
the twins?
No, he's a stand-up
no, they're not.
comedian.
They're not twins though. No, the Shits and Gigs guy. They're not twins.
Oh,
That's the whatchamacallit bros. I know who you're talking
the
about.
Hodge
but,
twins.
Hodge twins.
Hodge twins, yeah.
Yeah, those guys are funny as shit with their car reviews. They used to.
Bro, I've
now
been
they're
watching
all
them
fucking-
for so long, bro.
Bro, the
Early YouTube days.
what he said? He said, "Get up out my ear, breathing in my ear. Shit was funny.
So they were on the Shits and Gigs podcast, and we all know Andrew Schultz. He's a comedian, and he has a lot of racial jokes. Like, but they're jokes, bro, and they're fucking hilarious. Like, if you watch his stand up, he has like a whole bit about why you can't do blackface, and then he's like, but if we're in the military and we in the dark hiding in the mud on somebody, you gonna let him do blackface? And he like points to his black. It's fucking hilarious, bro. It's a whole bit about blackface.
That's a good question, though. That's a fair question.
Funny.
Are we finna get mad about that? Like,
so he's on the podcast, and he's like basically asking the guys, oh, like, what kind of women do you guys like? Have you guys ever been with white women? And they said yeah. And then he was like, have you guys ever been with black women? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, then the guys from the Shits and Gig podcast, one of them was like, oh, you can tell when somebody not black has been with a black girl, because that's when they start getting the shape ups and their drip is different, this, that, and the other. And then Andrew Schultz said, this is not verbatim, but he said something along the lines of, yeah, and then their hairline starts getting pushed back from all the stress, and that's why they got the big fluffy beards to like lessen the impact from these girls. And they were cracking up. Like, that's a funny joke, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So they started cracking up, and then the community started going crazy. Like, you're supposed to protect black women, this, that, and the other. Like, how could you laugh about that? Blah 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 blah. So that's not even the big part yet, right? Like, okay, we all know that that's bullshit. Like, it was a joke. But then they came out and did an apology. And then the apology, they're like, you were right. It was insensitive. We were in a fight or flight type of situation where we didn't know how to react, which sounded like bullshit. You know what I mean? So basically, they did an apology. Then on Andrew Schultz's show, he watched the apology, and he's like going through the whole apology, and he's like, oh, this is bullshit. Like, it's just jokes. I'm never going to apologize for a joke that I made because it's just a joke.
No.
But then he drops a bomb, bro. Towards the end of the apology, Andrew Schultz goes, you know what's funny? Is that we had their management give us a call and everything and ask them to keep certain stuff out of the show that we said when we were in it. It's funny that they didn't ask for us to take this out.
Ooh.
So, like, if it was really that big of a deal that you had to issue an apology, why wasn't it taken out prior to editing?
Wait, are they cool? Like, are Schultz and these guys cool? Like, wait,
I'm assuming they're not cool anymore.
Wait,
not anymore, but prior.
Yeah.
What does it mean? What does it mean, right? When someone says you need to protect this type of people, right? Let's just say black women, but that's interchangeable, right? Is it interchangeable? Like these are the questions I want to ask real quick. Like, what does that even fucking mean? It's a joke. Protect black. Like, what is there to protect? What are we protecting right now? Anyone? Like, somebody.
I can't give you an answer.
Because what the fuck are we doing? Like, what are we talking about, people? It's a joke. Like, and my thing is, there's two things to this, right? One, it's a joke. And if you can't discern between a joke and when someone is being more honest and sincere, then you have trust issues that you need to work on, right? Mm-hmm. Two, if that term, black woman, white woman, Mexican woman, is it interchangeable? Or is it because it's a select group of people? If it's a select group of people, I think that's a little wild.
It's definitely racist. It's definitely racist.
A little racist, if you ask me. Like, I don't believe in like protected groups. Like, why are people? What are we talking about protected groups? Like, when it talks, like
he's talking about the community needs to protect.
When we're talking about jokes here, people, like let's rewind and make sure that we all understand we're talking about jokes here, people.
But here's the thing, Korpsx. Can't somebody just like say malicious things like that and then just at the end be like, oh, it's just a joke though.
My bad, G.
That's the harmful thing about it, is that somebody can say that anything's a joke.
True.
You could say that you hate a whole race of people and then say, but that's a joke.
But it's a joke. Yeah.
But is it though? You know what I mean? Like, or are you just saying that it's a joke?
Well, the thing is what people got to understand is, right, is those things are proven through actions and just not through just words. Where everyone thinks that everyone is defined solely by the words they say. Now, though, you are held responsible for those words, because now my responsibility, if I say, What was it that the dude say? He said, they wear they have thicker beards so it can take the impact, whatever. My responsibility now is to ensure that, you know, when I do talk of my wife, this black woman, or my girlfriend who's this black woman, like I, you know, ensure that people know that, like, hey, we've never put our hands on each other. She's never raised her hand to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, make sure that's something you say. If it's the truth, like, you know, like if it's the truth, make sure that's something you say. Like, you have to take on that responsibility. And if you don't want to take on that responsibility, then don't make the jokes that your girl hits you, bro, because you have to clear that up. Like, you know what I mean? You have to make sure that you kind of clear that up. And I make a lot of jokes about women, right? I make a lot of jokes about myself. I make a lot of jokes about all kinds of shit. I make jokes about wanting to see Damien's dick, right?
That's not a joke.
Not as often.
Responsibility, because my responsibility is to not make it so consistent that people are like, yo, does he really, like, you know?
Right.
I learned I had to kind of space that out a little bit.
But speaking of like the responsibility of the community thing, you guys know who what the fuck is his name? Dr. Usman? What's his name?
Dr.
Umar.
Disrespect?
Oh,
Umar, yeah.
Bro, if that dude isn't the biggest crack of shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
What is going on?
Like, do you know who Dr. Umar is?
I have no idea. Wait, can I Google him really quick?
Yeah.
He's like
he's a philanthropist. He's not really, but
he's smart, right? I'll say
I will say that he makes points about certain things. I will say that.
a lot of things. I'd say even go as far to say a lot of things.
I probably won't go that far.
American activist and psychologist.
I feel like he's a wannabe Malcolm X.
But it's over the top. Like he's to the point of saying that black men should only be with black women.
I don't think that's a crazy statement.
How is that not?
Why?
Why?
Like why?
Wait, why what? Why is that a crazy statement?
Why would that be a crazy statement for me to say?
If a white man said white men should only be with white women, isn't that a crazy statement?
I don't think so.
I think listen. I think we could all agree taking the choice away from any amount of people is kind of crazy.
Okay,
right?
let me just
I think we can all agree to that.
Hold on.
Wait,
wait.
I think we can agree to all that.
Let me just make this point and then see if you still agree.
Okay.
He said that Kobe Bryant could not be his GOAT of black basketball players because he was not married to a black woman.
That's kind of crazy. That's crazy. Now that's crazy. That's two different.
Then he turns around and says Eminem can't be a GOAT because he is doing something that black people created. But how can Michael Jordan be the GOAT of basketball if that is a white person's sport?
Literally,
how can you have a black GOAT in football if that's a white person's sport? You can't say, if that's the same case, if you want to say Eminem can't be the greatest in black or in rap because he's not black, then you can't say any black person is the greatest at any sport because they're not white.
Okay. Like,
you see what I'm saying? Why I said it's a crock of shit?
Now that I understand, right? Because my thing is when you create something, right? Now this was something I was taught in powwows, right? Was, you know, guys would write these songs, right? Sometimes they're in their language, whatever. And they would give them to us. They would teach us the song and they say, this song is yours now, right? With that ownership, we held a responsibility to it, to sing it properly, to sing it at the right times, right? To make sure that, like, hey, let's make sure we practice this so that we never forget it. Like, this is our song. It's ours, not a song that we sing that we know from other groups, right? I remember we had talked about recording a CD at one point. And I remember the guy said, once you give it away that way, anyone can do whatever they want with that song. It is now everyone's. So I look at it the same way, right? Like, this thing came out of somebody. This song came out of someone. It was created by someone, given to us. So if I put that on a CD, that means anyone who buys that CD, whoever listens to that CD, has the opportunity to experience that song and do as they please with it. So whether you created football, basketball, crumping, popping, locking, boxing, wrestling, like whatever it is, when you put it out there and you receive some kind of benefit from it because you're sharing it with the world, it has the same effect. Like that, what would that be considered? Like the inverse effect. The world gets the benefit from it because you're benefiting from it. The world also has that same benefit coming to it. Like, you get what I'm saying? So to say Eminem is not the greatest rapper of all time, argue with your mama. He's in the fucking argument. He's earned his place. He took what black men, I will fucking say that 100%. He took something that black men did and created, and he did it better than almost all of them.
But then that's
sorry,
that's the
like,
argument,
I'm sorry
right?
about
Is
it.
the only reason that people think that he's better is because he's white. That would be the argument.
That's crazy.
No, because
Yeah.
even if
I'm
I
not
did
saying.
it
Oh,
right-
I'm not making that argument. I'm just saying that would be the argument. Is what I'm saying. That's not my argument. I think he's the greatest because he's the greatest.
Biggie is ugly as fuck, okay, and I still think he's one of the greatest rappers of all time. He is quite literally ugly as fuck. Like, he literally looked like he had health issues. Like, just the mere sight of him was like, yo,
Not if he had his glasses on though.
bro. Like, listen, I remember
Take
I
the
was watching
motherfuckers off though.
I remember I was watching an interview. He took his shades off. I was like, oh boy, you need to put them some bitches back on, boy. God damn.
But he
Imagine
made
the
those.
interviewer,
He
bro.
made those Versace glasses cool though. You know what I mean? Like those Versace glasses that he wore, he made them cool.
Because he wore them 24/7, motherfuck. Like, and I'm just saying, like, because we share, like, that's what makes it culture. You know what I mean? And I know that hurts some, like, people to say, like, oh, well, like, you're just taking, and it's like, no, we're trying to share, fam.
Yeah, that's how I feel about culture too. I believe that all cultures should be shared, and most cultures will agree to that. That's why I don't know where we've come to this like appropriation type thing. Like, I think cultural appropriation is bullshit. I don't understand. I never understood that.
Well, that's where
like,
people got to be consistent, though, right? Like, if you don't want to share your culture with me, right, and all that stuff, then keep your shit the fuck away from me, right? Like, don't ask me to fight for, you know, X, Y, and Z for you. You know what I mean? Because if I'm going to bat for you, I need to experience what you're experiencing. I need to understand it. If you truly want me to stand on something and vote for you or fight for you or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta know my experience, and I need to know your experience.
so then why are you not voting for Kamala? She tells you every single time that she comes from a middle-aged, hardworking family with a single mother. Middle class, my bad. I'm joking. I don't want to get into that. I was just trying to make a joke. I apologize. Bad joke.
Yo, Punch is ready.
I was ready. I'm geared up.
I was joking.
Because I've been watching the news too much, bro. I gotta turn it off. Like,
bro, that's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing that you're watching the news a lot.
No. And you know, I know better ways to stay in the loop with what's happening in politics, right? Because politics is always like been very interesting to me because of my dad's work. You know what I mean? Yeah. Seeing that's my thing, right? Okay, so going back to the whole Dr. Umar thing. Dr. Umar sounds a lot like my dad in a lot of ways, where he but this was his thing. This is where my dad was a fucking hypocrite. He was always big on, like, you know, native purity and the natives and this, that, and the third, that, you know, but of the women I've known him to be in relationships with, one of them were Native American. So it's like, bro, you're not even being consistent. You know what I'm saying? So you get these dudes who like, oh, well, it's our culture and it's this. And it's like, bro, you don't even employ, let alone like marry and date people who look like you and talk like you. And then the people who look like you and talk like you that date people who don't look like you and talk like you don't spend your time convincing them otherwise. So what are we doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we really fucking doing?
Trust me, bro. I love Latinas, but somehow, some way, black women always find a way into my life. I'm just saying.
But I won't say that him making the statement of black men should be with black women. I'm not going to say that's a crazy statement, right? Because I think
Wait, should only be,
That's
right?
what the
Is that what the,
KKK
but
say,
is that
bro.
is that what the statement is? Should only be?
Yes, they should
That's
only be.
crazy.
I
That's
don't
crazy.
think that's a crazy statement to make.
But then we
That's
don't have these beautiful mixed fucking babies.
And that's
Yeah.
and that is something sadly that these parents, the parents who believe that, right, who or not only believe it but act on it. It's okay to believe it, right? Like
If
cuz
that's how
think
you
about it.
want to order your life, you
Cuz
go
think
for
about
it,
it.
bro.
Cuz think about this. Native Americans have been put into a position of incest, right? Because we are bound by a blood quantum that will guarantee us our lands. How do you maintain your blood quantum? By marrying and
Being a
dating and
Lannister.
yeah, you become Lannisters, bro, real fast. Like,
Yo,
But
can
I
we
how do
talk
mean,
you
about
but
do
it's
it?
this?
just, but that's what I'm saying. Like to look down upon somebody because they're not staying in their
That's crazy.
respective.
No,
That's
that's
what
a
he's
little crazy.
doing,
I know
bro.
that
I just
that's
told you what he said about the Kobe thing. Like that's
I feel like
wild.
that's what that statement that statement in and of itself. I feel like when you utter that, that's exactly what it invokes. Of that, like I not that I'm better than you, but even just my idea of like how the world should shape up, you're not amounting to that, so you're less than. You know what I mean?
I
Bro, do
just
you know
don't.
what mixed? You know what mixed babies do? They make black women make chilaquiles for their fucking men. And I'll be damned if I ever got. Bro.
If I let anybody stand in my way of that, dude. Jesus Christ. I'm just saying, like the statement itself to me, when I hear him say stuff, it does piss me off. I have mixed children. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not that type of person, right? But
But you could understand why somebody would say that, is what you're saying.
even think about I understand because bro, like think about it. Think about it, Save. Do you remember that movie? What was it? Save the Last Dance?
Hmm?
The white chick who was the dancer, right? Started dating the black guy. Do you remember how people were reacting to that?
Who cares, bro? You
No,
can't
I'm
help
just
who you love.
no,
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
on.
but yeah.
I'm just saying, do you remember my guy that was in our lifetime?
Mhm.
In like in movie roles and TV shows, you started seeing interracial, and that was like a conversation for a while.
And then it was on the hub, and then it was all fine.
It all changed, like right? Like if you get people to beat off to it, it must be all right? I don't know.
Yo, what a
I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt. If you can get people to beat off to it, it's all right.
Shout out my dude Sketch, my guy.
Yo.
Shout out my dude Sketch. You out here
Hello,
playing
brother.
work. Hello, brother.
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
Nah, I mean,
I'm a brother.
nah, the Dr. Umar, he's funny, bro.
I'll send you the interview that I watched. He was on Breakfast Club.
No, I don't want to listen to him. I listen to his like little rants like on the reels and the fucking shorts, but I can't take too long of it.
Dude, I don't know how I sat through the whole shit. I was like throwing shit across the room and like, why do people listen to this shit? Like screaming to myself in my room. That's how pissed off it was. I was
What
pissed,
the
bro.
fuck?
I had to like take 5 minutes and go outside and get fresh air and come back in and listen to the rest of it. It was that's how mad it made me.
I hope I don't sound racist like when I say something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Or like it's
No.
like I
I
don't
think it's racist. I think that man is racist as fuck.
he is. Now he
does not want to admit to it, but I think
He-
he is extremely fucking racist.
but he's like in a weird position too, because it's like he's hating on his own people. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's a special type of weird to me when you like you guys are saying when you say something like the statement itself, not wild, right? But then when you say like, oh, this man can't be this and this person's that, and you're like being demeaning of people because they've chose this lifestyle, right? Like, I think that's fucking crazy, right? Like, I'm gonna say what I say about certain communities, right? But I don't think they're less than me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if anything, I've always said, oh, they have the right to live and do whatever the fuck they please. Like, you know what I mean? I feel this way about it though, but you have that right. Like, you know what I mean? Do whatever the fuck you want, my guy. And so for him not to feel that way, to me is a special type of weird, especially when it comes to like when you throw in the whole like ethnicity part. Like, it's your own people, bro. Like, and you're acting that way. I don't know. To me that's fucking crazy. It's like past.
Listen, I've grown up Mexican my whole life, and I have been accepted in the black community, and I love the cookout. I love the carne asada, and I want other people to fucking experience that shit. You know what I mean? I would never tell anybody that they can't come eat carne asada with me if I'm grilling something up because they're not Mexican. I would never say that.
Dude, I remember
everybody's invited.
Bro, I remember like the first like cookout I was like invited to, and it wasn't even blacks. They were Samoan, and it was like
close enough,
right?
They're the Black Islanders, bro. Those are the Black Islanders,
bro. And I just remember they're like throwing around E&J, and we're just throwing this bottle around and we're drinking it, bro. And I was all fucked up, and then the uncle like kind of caught me, and he's like, "Hey, Oos, you're a little drunk." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, eat a hot dog." And so I'm eating this hot dog. He's like, "Hey, you want another shot?" Like, "Nah, I'm okay." "No, you want a shot, Oos? Here, take a shot." Boom. Here. Eat a hot dog. Bro, I just sat there and I'm telling you, I'm like 12 hot dogs deep, bro, just fucking trashed, bro. Like, hey,
yeah, one of my best friends is Samoan, bro, and I'm telling you, hey, Big Uso, what are you up to? What's up, Soleil? Like, all this shit, bro. It's fun when you get to be in other people's cultures, and everybody should be a part of it. I think
that's what makes me sad, bro. Like when I hear people talk that way, right? Like, okay, for Native Americans, dress up like fucking Pocahontas. I don't care, but don't wear eagle feathers. You know?
Yeah, we talked about this. Yeah.
Like there's
certain things.
Yeah, like there's certain things, right? Like even because people even know, like you dress up as a gangster on Halloween, you're kind of running the risk of getting checked by some gangsters who might not be playing Halloween with you, my guy. Like they see you at the store, they might not be playing fucking Halloween with you, boy. Like be on your P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying?
With the Sharpie teardrop
on me, boy. So it's like, I don't know. I was about to go. I was about to go on one real quick.
Yo, what are you guys gonna be for Halloween? Just to, by the way.
I'm gonna use that inflatable shark thing again. Pierre got peanut one that fits him.
Ah, that's sick. I like that.
I'm gonna be Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah. Are you really?
Unjustifiably in a position I'd rather not be, but the cream rises.
Are you gonna wear a crop top?
Dog, I'm gonna do the shades, the headband, crop top, tie-dye shirt, bro. I might do some spandex like underwears. I don't know. I might go crazy.
Yeah,
and then do some like Sharpie swirlies like on the fucking
the chest.
Oh, but let me, because I do want to give a shout out to all my Samoan brothers and sisters. Because I was about to go in right now. It makes me so sad, bro, right? Because like that night, I remember that night, bro, I'm all fucked up. Like I'm leaning against this grill and bro, they busted out the ook and just started fucking singing. And I was just like, bro, this is fucking, like, this is sick. And I remember hanging out with that same group of friends. And, you know, every time we got trashed, bro, they would just start singing like this whole group. And these just sounded beautiful every time. It was like, how, like, then when I hear these conversations, it's like, bro, how dare you make me skip out on that? You know, or how dare you try to tell them that they can't do this here in my house? Like, because the way that you believe is that I shouldn't let them do this in my house, because in my house we do certain stuff, so I shouldn't let them do that because it's appropriate.
Like,
oh, he's super cut out, right?
Yeah, he went.
I can't hear you.
My hat hit my mic button.
Oh.
Like watching a haka. Like,
oh yeah, bro.
Imagine if they told you couldn't see that because it's only ritualistic for Islanders.
Bro, watching a haka will make me run through a fucking brick wall, dude. Like, just when they hit that, like, and everyone's just like in unison, bro.
It's their
like,
tongues out.
Like I don't know like what these words or the chants are, so I don't want to like try to repeat them. But it's like, dude, it's just so powerful watching that. And it's like, dog, yeah, like, so what are we talking about, fam? Like when people talk about that type of stuff, like I get disrespecting something, and then there's also like letting someone experience it and have some fun with it.
I don't know if anybody has an issue with that though, like experiencing it.
Absolutely.
But I feel like people do have issues with like wearing a kimono to prom or whatever it may be, when you're just like, you know, like you don't know what that is. No, but like you don't. It's not that it looks nice, so you can't take it to prom because it's of my culture. It's that piece of clothing has significance within my culture that isn't prom. You know what I mean? It's like
Mhm.
it's not the same. I'm sure it's because I have no idea what the significance of a kimono is, but I would imagine to some degree it's like if I wore eagle feathers to like a dance in high school because I thought it looked really nice. My intentions might not be like of malicious intent, but I can see where people are like, bro, that's disrespectful. Like those mean something more than
Mhm.
just like a nice piece of accessory. I
That's
think that's
funny
what
you
people have
bring that
issue.
up. That's funny you bring that up because there was a kid I remember that was graduating with my sister, and he tried to wear an eagle feather on his cap, on his cap and gown.
Yeah, something like that.
Full blown Lumbee Native American. Like our whole community, you're either Native or you're black. Like there was like two white people, right? Like and like the three foreign exchange students, like that we all knew who they were. So this guy, and I remember they didn't
Was
let
he
him
white?
wear his Corey. No,
Oh
Corey
no,
was Native.
he's Lumbee, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's
Oh,
Lumbee. Yeah, he's
oh,
Lumbee.
okay.
Corey Bird, shout out, dude. Fucking, I can't
Damn, doctor.
remember. I can't remember if they ended up letting him do it or not, but I remember it was an argument at one point where it was like, how are you not going to let him wear his eagle feather? Like, like that was gifted to him to wear, like, and gifted to him. He earned that because he's graduating high school. Like, let the kid fucking walk the goddamn.
Okay,
Let
so
him walk.
let me make an argument on this. What if they said that he could not wear it during the ceremony, but he could put it on after?
Uh, fuck, man. What's
Because
the problem?
because nobody's allowed to change what their cap and gown looks like. That's the reason. Nobody's allowed to wear like an accessory on their cap and gown until after the ceremony because
Now,
it is a unity.
if that is the rule, then that's the rule. But I think in particular with his situation, I think people were like drawing on their caps and gowns and decorating them and stuff. And his decoration was his eagle feather, and it was just going to hang there with his tassel. It was just going to hang there. Like, it's not like sticking up in the air or twirling around. It's not like a big head bustle. It's like just a little feather hanging, just boom. Like,
That's
but
crazy to have an issue.
but to answer your question, if they said, Mr. Bird, you take your feather with you, have it with you the whole time, but it's not to be on until after you walk that stage because everyone is going to walk that stage one way. Okay, I'll accept that. Right. But this is also my day. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've earned this. Like, you know what I mean? I abided by all your rules. I passed all your classes. I did everything. Like, I don't even have to fucking be here, honestly. Like, you know what I mean? But me being here helped sell seats that my family is fucking sitting in. So just let me wear the fucking feather. Like, come on.
So you gotta buy tickets to graduation?
Extra graduation tickets? Fuck yes. They charge for that shit.
Oh yeah,
That's
They
sure.
charge for that shit,
For real?
boy. And the Samoans, bro, they got 40 heads. They're deep. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you're telling me that they can't wear a lei? That they just can't, or what is it called?
Yeah, the
I'm
money
so,
lay and shit.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
they are lays. They are lays.
There's another one that they wear too. I know that's like really special, and I'm sorry.
The nuts.
A falala, or what is it called? Somebody Google that before I
No,
sound.
hold on. Let me call Trey. Let me call Trey real quick. Let me call Trey.
Wait,
Oh, save our senior Samoan correspondent coming in clutch with a real Samoan.
Wait, what is it called? Is it like more spiky?
Falala? It's like, yeah, it looks like almost like nuts or like some kind of like mini,
It's
like a
ulafala.
ulafala. There you go. What is it?
Hey, real quick, I have a quick question for you. I'm on the podcast right now. When when you graduate from high school, besides the leis, what do they put around your neck?
It's just a mixture of leis, like the candy leis.
Is there one that starts with the F?
With a U.
What are they saying?
Can you? What was it again, Corpse?
Ulafala.
Ulafala?
Ulafala?
Ulafala, yeah. We put them around sometimes, but that's more of like a ceremonial thing. You wear that you wear them at like a wedding. Sometimes we'll get them gifted to you at a graduation. It's more of like a title thing, like back in the day. That's what the chiefs would wear at like the ceremony to show status.
And then what about the nuts? The kui nuts. Those are the other ones I was thinking about. All right, so thank you, bro. I appreciate you. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. There you go.
Save one, senior Samoan correspondent coming through clutch.
Oh, you know me. Just culturally appropriating everything.
But wait, I'm confused. Because yeah, I feel like people do get mad when like if I wanted to wear that, like bro, people would be like, you don't know what the fuck that means. Why are you wearing
Okay,
it? And I'm
now
like, bro, I
my
think it looks
dad,
nice.
now my dad presenting me with a ulafala, I think is fucking crazy. I think that's a little crazy. But if a Samoan uncle who loves me dearly, right, and all these things came and presented me one, and somebody took a picture and posted it and said, "Oh, he's culturally appropriating," it's like, fuck you. I was gifted this.
See, but that's the thing, bro. Is that's why I say cultural appropriation is bullshit, right? Because you never know why that person is wearing that. Like the person wearing the kimono to their prom, right, or whatever. Like, what if they had a foreign exchange student that brought them that and was like, "This is what I want you to wear to your next event."
Mm-hmm.
You know, you never like you never know, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. Like with a white girl with box braids. Like, what if her auntie's like what if her auntie's husband is black and then their cousins were like, "Hey, we should do your hair."
Well, dude, the whole thing about braids too is braids were practiced everywhere. Anybody with long hair, any person with long hair had their hair braided because there's just no way to keep it out of your face. So men going out to battle, right, would knot it up with twine, right, or some kind of vine that they found out there, and that began locks, right? Though down in like Jamaica and all that, there was a religious experience with their locks and with their hair. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why they're so well known for it, and they also have the best practices for it, right? They do it the
They're
best.
also not supposed to not cut them.
Yeah, like there's a whole experience between them, God, and their hair type shit. You know what I mean? Just like natives too, we have a certain experience with our hair. I wouldn't say, and I mean, I don't want to claim to know either though, where, like the Scandinavians, you know, like these Vikings dudes who also had long hair, like I don't know what their experience was with their hairs, but they also, you know, they were fucking in old times, bro. They didn't have a barbershop. Dudes wasn't walking around with a fucking fresh fade. They had long hair. They had to tie it up. They were doing battle. You can't do battle with hair all in your face. You have to tie it up.
I always tie my hair up when I'm about to go to battle, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I get ready to go pillage a village, bro, I gotta tie this shit up. You hear me? Dude, I'm so hot. Oh my god.
No, that's a good point though. I don't know. That's why I'd say cultural appropriation is bullshit. I don't think that like I don't think anybody should ever say anything about somebody else wearing something or doing something.
But there's limits, though. There's limits.
I could see it. I could see
There's
it.
limits.
But you can't say it's okay for certain people and then not say that it's okay for everybody.
But it's what you're doing, right? So let's say,
But doing and wearing are two different things, is what I'm saying.
true,
No, I think
true, and it's like, so if I said, right, because let's say because the eagle means something to me, right? But you live in a place where eagles are prevalent, so you could easily just take one out the sky if you really wanted to. Let's just say that's legal. And let's say that you're presenting yourself to wear these eagle feathers in the same manner that a Native American does. To me, you're now encroaching on cultural appropriation, right? Because there's a certain significance about us not letting our eagle feathers touch the ground. There's also a significance behind not letting people touch our eagle feathers. If they belong, like if this eagle feather belongs to me, I'm not supposed to just let you walk up and touch it. Right? It's like, whoa. Like,
Is
you
that
know,
like fighting? Like if I really was trying, like you're like, yo, back up, and I was really trying to be disrespectful and like touch it. Is that like you're getting a
bro, we were at Gathering of
Fucking one of
Nations
the
powwow. We were at Gathering of Nations powwow, and the lady walked up, and we seen as she was like going to go grab this dude's bustle, and a bustle is like it's like a back plate that has all these huge eagle feathers coming out, bro, and it was beautiful bustle. And I remember I ran down the fucking bleachers and I stopped. I was like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I just wanted to take." I was like, "No, you don't know." I was like, "We don't do that." I was like, "You ask for permission first." I was like, "Second, you don't just touch what doesn't belong to you." Like these mean something to someone. And that's when homie started like walking up and his whole family. I was like, hey, like you deal with this, but she was trying to touch your bustle, dude. So you handle that. Like, no, you don't touch that. You just don't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Because you earn those. One, they have a spiritual significance, they have a cultural significance, and you don't know what that man did to earn all those, or like make this piece of artwork that he's about to go dance in, you know? And if you fuck it up and break it or loosen something and it falls off in contest, that can be taken away from him. He could lose those eagle feathers. You know what I'm saying? And imagine,
can eagle feathers mean different things in different tribes?
yes, almost universally though, amongst the North American natives, right? They all have a very high like spiritual significance. Now, I'm not going to say that they have the same significance like down in Mexico or even up in Canada, but our chunk of North America, yeah, they all have a very, very high significance to the tribes. Like across powwow land, like dead ass. If I have an eagle feather on my head or on my body and I'm dancing, and if it falls off, first I'm up for disqualification from the whole competition. Like, doesn't matter what's going on, I could be disqualified. Second, everything is supposed to stop. We're supposed to sing for this feather, and then it's taken by the tribal leaders, and then they decide what to do with it. 9 times out of 10, they confiscate it and they keep it.
Damn. Is there any special? Because I'm imagining you have to have it fitted pretty secure. Is there any special reason why it would be returned, or like what's the other one? Out of one situation.
Politics. Politics. And I knew a girl who had dropped a feather that she had earned from a powwow that she was like a reigning champion at, and I don't ever remember if she was rewarded back that feather or if like they held it for a time and then gifted it back to her. Like, oh, you proved, that you could take care of your stuff and act right and this and that, blah, 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 blah. So if I'm going to go into all of this care, right? If I'm going to go into all this care and understand its significance, then I just think that anybody else that wears one should also know its significance. And it's
But what I'm saying is, what if it signifies something different for them?
But if they're going to carry it in the manner that they saw an Apache wear it, or a Cherokee wear it, or a Navajo wear it, or a Latino wear it, then they need to hold that standard. They can't just decide all of a sudden if you're going to present yourself in a certain way, right? Like if you're going to present yourself in a certain way, then make sure that you also hold some of the standard of that way. Understand that way. You know what I mean? Just because people wear mohawk, haircuts, I'm not going to ask them to know about the Mohawk fucking heritage and their culture and shit, because it's a hairstyle, right? Whatever. But when we're talking about something that people pray with and, earn, literally go out there and earn, let's be gentle with some things, right? Just like the Ufala. What was it? The Ufala.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't have my dad present that to me. First off, he's not Samoan. This doesn't even have the same significance to you to somebody who it actually hails from. My dad presented me eagle feathers, so those I maintain.
Makes sense. No, smoking actual flower tonight, huh?
Yeah, no more vape, no more wax pens and stuff, and then I'm almost off the nicotine vapes now too.
Let's go, baby.
I'm trying, man.
Good shit.
Good luck, bro.
I'm trying
for you, man.
I'm not drinking after this weekend.
Like ever?
Wow.
What up, Day Day? I see you in the comments.
Not forever.
What
I can not do it forever.
What? We've talked about it off the pod, but do you guys see yourselves ever not having any sort of substance, or is there no world where that happens? Like even just down the line, years from now, you're older, whatever, kid, well, obviously you guys already have kids, but just older in general. Let's say you're like 55.
Still young.
I'm not saying you're old. I'm just saying older.
Definitely still substance.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't drink like that anymore. I definitely don't smoke as much as I used to, like weed. Um, and then I could kick nicotine if I really tried, right? And especially if the opportunity to like force quit myself presented itself, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say we're going camping way out in the mountains for a couple days, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to be near a store, no cigarettes, no nothing. Like, dog, like we about to be raw dogging it. I could come out that camping trip and never smoke a vape ever again, you know? It's accessibility is what keeps me smoking them.
I feel that.
Yeah, no, I could definitely, like, you know what I mean? I could definitely see, you know, yeah, sure. But why, dude? I like a good joint in the morning, man.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't
like
think
a
you
good
guys
joint in the morning.
necessarily take it overboard.
Yeah.
And you guys seem to be able to handle. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but just curiosity.
No,
No, I used to blaze
I will
dro, though.
die. I will not die sober. I refuse to. I
Why?
refuse to die sober. Because if I'm going out, bro, I don't want to go out sober. If it doesn't matter if I'm laying in a hospital bed or what, I'm gonna be like, pump me up with something. I want to feel good on the ride out. You know what I mean?
Some
Right
morphine.
up.
Just like, whoa. And then just, you're gone.
Do you think YouTube's going to flag us for me playing a little bit of that song earlier?
No. If anything, they'll flag you for me singing it.
No.
I've been flagged for singing a song. before.
They might flag it for you playing it.
I can't believe they gave
It was
me a
like
warning.
less than 5 seconds. You're
It
fine.
doesn't matter, bro. The content ID that they have on YouTube, bro. Sometimes I'm like,
It used
yo,
to be
what
it
the
had to be a
fuck?
certain amount of the song.
I think that was
And
a
plus,
loophole that they
it was
passed,
off the
bro.
phone and like through your microphone. They're not gonna be able to hear.
Yeah, they're still gonna be like, yo, at 2.2002 seconds, he played that, bro.
That's nuts. Dude,
I got
let the
flagged for
people live.
nudity on Facebook one time,
That
and
was
I was
wild.
fully dressed.
It was I think it was a TV behind him.
Oh yeah, it might have been but the TV was showing pictures of my son and shit.
I know, but it was skin. I don't know. It just looked like you couldn't really tell. So I think the ID
Well,
was
bro,
like,
I
this
can
is
put on a
nudity.
fucking Meek Mill or Gucci Man fucking music video,
video.
and these girls is twerking Ice Spice, shaking it in the fucking deli.
Bro, Ice Spice is just you don't
Talking
do it
about
for me like I
you
thought
ain't
she
the
did.
shit, ain't even the fart.
That's the song, bro.
That's just such a funny vibe, bro. You're not even the fuck. Yeah, but she did fall off. That sucks.
She did. Where did she
I
go?
I don't even know. Now she's like beefing with people that like used to be your friends or something. I don't know.
Y'all
Oh,
like
did
Lil Mabu?
He's all right. He's cool.
I don't know
like
who that
Lil
is.
Mabu. I don't know Lil
Mabu get
Mabu is.
money. Wally P.
What
Shout out
about
my label. That's me.
Did
Yeah,
you hear
look him
about
up.
the Matters Daddy?
What's the matter, Daddy?
Nothing. What about you?
It's a matter, baby, isn't it?
That's the Matters Daddy.
I guess I say matter, Daddy too. Did you have to pick between the my and a matter, Daddy? What's a matter, Daddy? Nothing, baby. What's wrong with you?
That's a fucking knee slap. Oh my god. One of the
You
boys
know,
got me with that.
Korpsx just went a little bit higher up
Hold on, I need to hit
You
this
did
button.
in
new
his
stratosphere.
non-sobriety.
Hey, bro.
If anything, YouTube will fucking flag you for that before they flag you for the song.
For what?
For smoking.
What am I
Nah,
smoking?
You tell me.
I'm not smoking anything.
Don't tell them. No, I don't think. I don't think they
Allegedly.
would. I don't think they would. I don't know. I've seen videos of people doing.
I know
it, but
Facebook
don't
flags
know.
you for it.
Could be
Do you
wrong.
know how many episodes of this podcast I've smoked on? Wait, what
Oh,
episode are we
absolutely.
on?
All of them get flagged.
68, I think.
Every one. Every single fucking one, bro. I don't think there's been one I haven't burnt.
I tried to grow out my hair, bro. I couldn't do it. I got so fucking annoyed.
Why?
With just these sides. I couldn't.
Just cut the sides.
I did cut the sides. It's a cut, but
We'll leave the lint though on the top.
I cut. No, the top is staying. But the sides, I was trying to like grow it out all around. I'm
Oh,
like,
you
bro,
wanted a
I'm
full wig.
So fucking over
Oh, that's what
this.
I'm gonna do when I cut my hair off.
Yeah, I
I'm,
was over
I'm
it.
thinking of going full wig, but then I also want to cut the sides, bro. I can't.
Yeah, bro.
I can't.
I at least did like a taper up here for a while, and then I was like, "Nah, fuck all of this."
Bro,
Just took it
these
all off.
haircuts don't make sense to me. They look so crispy, but it literally gets like half an inch cut, and that's
Yo,
it's
but
like
like
this
look
much of
at
his
how-
hair.
But like,
You
look at
paid
how
for a full
short it
haircut
looks.
though.
I got
but-
I got a trim on the top.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, but like very little in the front, and it looks like I chopped fucking half of it. And
It
so,
looks good though.
thank you,
If anything, Korps's hair looks the best I've ever seen it right now.
bro. Korpsx, your shit always looks good, bro.
Bro, this motherfucker's hair is herring.
You
Look at that shit.
always look like you're about to go to a Calvin Klein shoot and like
Yeah.
the
I'm
fuck
show
up.
your-
I was gonna say,
show your bulge on some underwear, bro.
Hey, relax. You want me to mac you down right now? It's all right. Fucking kiss you, fool.
But yeah, no, I'm glad. I'm actually really happy with this haircut. This haircut turned out real good.
Just
Shout
show
out
us
my
your
barber.
dick. Save, where's your fucking cut at, dog? What's up? What you hiding under there?
Cut your hair, bro.
I got-
It's
I
gonna
got a
look
cut
so
recently.
crispy.
I just got a haircut. Like
No, like chop
5
your
days
top,
ago.
circumcise yourself
Not yet.
already.
Not yet.
You're
It's
trying to
it's
be
long.
bald.
It's almost long enough. It's like down to here now.
That's
So,
crazy, bro. It's so
It's
long.
long. It'll be long enough to cut soon and donate, and then
What's soon? Because I think like a year ago you said in 6 months.
yeah, but then I can't cut it off. I'm too attached to it. I'm not ready. Like for some reason, I really like the way my hair looks coming out of my hat, and I'm not ready to let that go yet.
Okay,
Mhm.
fair enough. Keep it as long as you want.
But no, when I know when I cut my hair, like my shit looks. Let me tell you, dog. I look like an absolute Mexican.
Oh my god, dude! I remember when I rocked I remember having the mohawk for a while, bro, and it was so long, dude. Like quite literally, if I spiked it up, dude, like I couldn't sit in my car because it would like hit the top. bro.
What
Damn.
the fuck,
Dude,
That's
I had
funny.
a long old mohawk, and I remember I just stopped spiking it and would just like wear it down, and I thought that was a vibe. I thought that was like the vibiest my hair really ever was in my life.
Wait, did you have it to where like where was the cut? Because I know like obviously mohawk you have to like.
Literally just the top of my head,
Bro, what the fuck?
going back, yeah, and
Like
back
going-
tapered.
Because I feel like you have like a natural. Yours might be actually a little bit higher, like where your hair wants to split. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you went like
Oh, Lord.
inwards of that like natural split on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I've never
my hair.
done a mohawk.
That shit was fun, but I didn't like how like after a while when it got so long on the top and there was like nothing on the sides and I would try to sleep, it would just feel weird. I didn't like
Like, Peanut wanted a mohawk for a while, and then when I finally took him to the barber to get it, he changed his mind. He was like, "No, never mind."
That would be so sick.
I was
I'll
so
be
sad
so-
when he cut his hair, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sad when Elijah cuts his hair, dude.
But
That
Peanut
shit's
said he
gonna
didn't even
hurt.
like it. He's like, nah, I don't fuck with it.
No, he didn't like it, but I liked it.
Yeah.
And he's my fucking kid, so if I could have told him, "Fuck you, you're keeping your hair long."
Once you get haircut money, you could do
Once-
haircut things.
I'm
Yeah.
18, then you can do whatever the fuck you want.
That's what we're telling Elijah. Like, no, you're not cutting your hair. Nope. No.
I just felt bad because Peanut always did this thing where he would like take his arm and then like put his hair back, and it would he would do it so often because he didn't like when I put his hair up.
Mm.
Oh, did it hurt his head or something?
Yeah, because he said he didn't like how the scrunchy
weight?
felt. Mhm.
Oh.
Scrunchy.
I've never had my hair that long, ever, for like a full, to be able to scrunch it up or anything like that. That's
My hair's long.
See, but the thing
That's
about
really
it that I hate is that I have to keep my hair scrunched up when I go to sleep because it gets all in my fucking face, and I refuse to wear like a do rag or something.
just wear a beanie, bro. I used to wear beanies to sleep to straighten out my hair.
To straighten out your hair.
Yeah,
Okay, now you don't look like a model anymore. dog.
yeah. Now you look like
A fucking emo kid.
somebody who would say widowy.
How much wham should I
Whittly?
dedicate to the server?
How much
Widowy, you guys have-
dedicated a wham?
How much dedicated wham should I have to a server?
Should I have dedicated
love that
to a
video.
server? That shit
I
was
love that
funny
fucking
shit.
video.
They're like, what?
I
How much
follow a
dedicated-
page that posts that every day.
Yo, those pages on Instagram are weird. I'm like, bro, all right, now you let go of the magic of me just stumbling upon this one-time video that you posted once. Because
Oh,
it's
it's like
every
day
fucking
73. Yeah.
do
Literally,
that.
stay. It's 1 year of posting this motherfucker. I saw this one dude who posted like it's this kid on a bus who's like, they don't want to pick a fight with me. Who wants to pick a fight with a kid who punches rocks for fun? No, punches metal for fun. And it was like day 900 of this this dude posting this, and I was like, bro, I love those cringe channels though. It's my guilty pleasure. It's so funny.
I tried to listen to ASMR the other night. Didn't do it, dog.
You don't like it? What do you
Like
wait?
this dude that does like
Oh, you see, this is
Like-
that was your first problem. Why would you ever
it was a
do?
dude.
Because it was a dude.
But you can't. He doesn't talk.
Whoa.
He doesn't talk. You sexist.
Doesn't
fuck.
matter.
He
I'm
doesn't.
sorry.
One, he doesn't talk, and two, it's just visuals. There's no like, you can't
Doesn't
see his
matter.
face.
It does not matter.
And it sounded cool. It was like this fucking, like a thunderstorm coming in, and then like raindrops falling. It was cool, but I was like, I can't listen to this shit. Like,
What were you trying to do, dude? Fucking go to sleep or beat off.
well, I was trying to go to sleep to it because that's what Damien says he goes to sleep to.
Dude, I
So
love
I was
it.
like, let me see how.
No, but I got like my favorites. You know what I mean?
You go to sleep.
But they're only women, apparently.
Yes, they are exclusively. That's not
They
even
do
a
that.
joke.
They do that like.
No, but
like that.
don't get me wrong. I've tried to like look up dude ASMR channels because I'm like, well, I mean, like dudes can do this shit too. I think I have one. His name is like Maddie Tingles, and he's cool. But I watch. They're like entertaining ASMR artists that I can't go to sleep to because I will just watch their videos. And then there's like ASMR artists that I'll fall asleep to. There's like 3 categories where you're like in the middle, where I can go to sleep, but it's still kind of entertaining, and then just purely relaxing, and then
Bob
entertaining.
Ross.
There's
All
a
day,
there's
all
an
day, every day.
there's an ASM artist who dressed up. It's a she dressed up as Bob Ross and did a whole video like that. And right
Cultural
now,
appropriation.
but right now she's recreating all of the Shrek movie in ASMR with her own footage.
Cisco couldn't get to that fast enough. He couldn't fucking.
Yeah, you
get
don't
to
dress up
that
like my
fast
boy
enough.
Bob Ross. What the fuck is wrong with you?
He couldn't get to that quick enough. Cultural appropriation.
What the fuck is wrong with you dressing up like my boy Bobby Ross?
That's
That's
fucking
crazy.
funny.
Wait, hold on. So
Oh my god.
Pudge gets a little high.
Mm-hmm.
Cisco, you get a little buzzed.
Never.
Never?
Allegedly.
This is my second White Claw.
I'd be pretty buzzed.
Bro, I was drinking from 9:30 in the
Lightweight.
morning on Sunday until
I'm
12 o'clock at
lightweight.
night, and I was fine.
I'm thinking, I don't want to drink anything, but maybe I should take a little something.
Do fucking LSD. Put it on your forehead.
No, no,
Because I've been here for 2 hours
just like
just
fucking-
staring at the wall.
dude.
Have you
come
guys
on.
seen that video? There's this video. Oh, it's fucking cracks me up. He's like, you know those videos like, oh, my name is Matthew. This is my first drink of the night. And then like an hour, my name is Matthew. This is my 4th drink of the night. There's this one that I found. It's fucking hilarious, bro. It's like this guy, and he's like, blah blah blah, first drink. And then the cameraman goes up to him. He's like, drink 4. And then he has like a ping pong ball in his mouth, and he like spits it out. He's like, drink 11. And then he's standing next to a pool, and then he's like 19 drinks, and like falls in, and then he comes out of the bath. Oh no! Then you find him on the floor, and he's like, "I'm gonna call her, man. I'm gonna call her." And then next scene is like he's coming out of the bathroom, and he's like, "Just a little bit of that sugar booger, and like booger sugar," and he like walks out, and then he's doing something, and then he's like, just a little bit of hallucinogens, and then he's like sitting in the next scene, he's like sitting on the floor, he's fucking like cracking up, and then the next scene he's like, I just smoked. And then the last scene he's like, oh no, it's not the last scene yet, but he's like sitting on the edge of the balcony, he's like, I'm going home, man, I'm going home, and this guy like grabs him off the ledge, and then the next scene is that he says he smokes crack. Next thing you see him in his boxers running down the fucking street, bro, and then at the end he's like sitting in the back of a cop car like, this is the end of my greatest night of my life. And then the cop is like, shut the fuck up back there. He's like, okay. I'll see if I can find it and send it to you guys. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
It's one of
yeah.
the funniest videos.
I mean,
But yeah, I don't get. I probably out of 69 episodes, 68 or 69,
68.
68 episodes, I've maybe been drunk twice, and I think one of them was for my birthday.
I don't. So, like, even biblically, right? Biblically, it spoke about not taking impurities into our bodies, right? But then also in the stories, you see Jesus drink wine, right? And you also see all these other people drink wine. And I think there's a significance to be able to partake in celebration and also partake in moderation. You know, I'm never going to
What?
tell
Wait. Can you define what a impurity is? That's what you
impurities
said, right?
things that change when you once ingested, right? Whether it's through edibly, inhalation, whatever. If it changes your natural state, right? If you're in one state and it takes you to some other state, right?
Like a plane.
Like a plane. No,
Sorry, bad joke. Bad joke again.
uh,
Go ahead, continue.
but it takes you to it elevates your experience or it de-elevates your experience, or I don't even think that's the word. Um, yeah, and it impurity, right? Which I don't think is always the best word for it, but that's truly how I look at it. And I say that even about marijuana, because if you smoke too much of it, or if you're doing it too often, right, like it loses the sense of its specialness. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which is even like with myself, I try to tell myself too, like, bro, I don't need to smoke every time I'm in the car, or I don't need to smoke every time, I'm with the homies. I don't need to smoke every time I dance. I don't need to smoke every time I do this or do that right before I eat or right after I eat. Like, even though it is pleasurable, like, it is great when I do it, but I don't need to do that. Like, and that's something I work on, you know what I mean? Whatever. But for you, you're talking about, oh, maybe I should partake. Hey, bro, if you want to, you want to. I'm not going to tell you to, but I think a nice whiskey on the rocks is always delicious.
Hell
Or
no. I would do like a vodka cranberry.
I
I
had
love that
Maker's
drink,
Mark
bro.
and 7-Up earlier.
I had
Damo's balls haven't dropped when it comes to alcohol.
you know what, bro? I like
Facts.
what I like. You know what?
I
Funny
like that fruity
story.
shit.
I went to a little bar, like just like a little, it's more like a restaurant really, but it has a bar with my girlfriend and her brothers and their wives and stuff like that. Just like a cool little get together thing. And I ordered my mango de Mexico because that drink looked so fucking good.
It sounds good.
And then the girl who comes up, obviously my girlfriend's right next to me. Obviously her brother's, wife is there. And the girl who comes up to serve the drink is like, all right, what baddie got this drink? And I was like,
You're like, hey.
me. No, but the worst part about it was she saw that it was me and she was like, oh, and like put it down. I was like, bro, just like keep fucking going with it. What is wrong with you? Why the fuck would you make it so awkward? You should have been just like, hey, and just like, just give me the fucking drink. Don't make it weird.
You should have made it not weird though, because I know you and you were probably like, that was me.
Well, yeah, because everybody looked at me and I was like, me.
Why didn't you like spice it up a little bit?
Because that's
Daddy
crazy.
for show. All right, let me ask you guys a question. So I helped host the Eagles bar on Sunday, right? So I'll give you the context first. And then so we do like this raffle. So I was on the microphone and I was making sure everybody had their raffle tickets because we were about to do a raffle for some Eagles gear. And I was like, oh, does everybody have their raffle tickets? And this group of girls all raised their hand and said they didn't have the ticket. So the dude that was helping me out gave them their tickets, right? Called out the number. One of the girls won. It was awesome. So the game ended and my mom and I were walking out the bar. And the group of girls was still sitting in the same section that they were out which was on the way out of the bar. So I was just like, hey, you guys, next time, like, make sure you guys let us know when you guys come in. As long as you guys have Eagles gear on, we'll give you guys raffle tickets. One of you guys already won today. Something along those lines is what I said. So as we're walking out the bar, my mom goes, there goes my son again, always flirting. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I wasn't flirting. Like, what are you talking about? So my question to you guys is, do you know when you're flirting?
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I definitely wasn't flirting, but I guess from the outside looking in, you could say that it was.
like I because I can appreciate, right, like having a sweet candor, right? Like people who speak sweetly to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like I always get in trouble for saying like, "Oh, thank you, sweetie," or "Yeah, honey," or "Oh, thank you, baby." Like, you know what I mean? Like at the restaurant. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm grabbing my food. "Oh, thank you, sweetie." Like, you know what I mean? Or "Oh, thank you, baby." Like, or like whatever, especially when I'm back home in North Carolina, because it's just southern talk. Like that's how southerners talk to each other. You know what I mean? um so especially here in Cali, I go around and I have this southern like talk and jargon about my fucking self. And yeah, I can see where girls are like, "Oh, you're flirting out here." Like, you know what I mean? Is it hard for me to catch myself sometimes? Yeah, because it's like 15, 16 years of conversation that I've had, and I'm like trying to like break that. Like, you know what I mean? That's hard. um but I know when I'm flirting because it makes me take like a deep breath. You know what I mean? It's like I'm about to say, like, "Oh, I'm about to say something a little crazy right now." Like, like, "Oh, I'm say something a little crazy right now." Like, make you take a deep breath, bro. Like I think everyone knows when they're truly flirting. I think some people just come off as a flirt by the way that they talk, and I can definitely see how you could do that.
That's what I always say. I think it's just because I'm a nice person that people just, bro, look how hot it is. I'm fucking sweating.
Damn.
But I think people just naturally think that I'm naturally flirting because I'm being nice.
You
Yeah,
started
because I'm
talking
being-
about flirting and started sweating.
Yeah.
Fuck, Zero. I think this fool's trying to kiss you, bro. What's good?
But I'm just saying, like,
you don't
just because
gotta
I'm
flirt.
being nice doesn't mean I'm flirting.
Yeah.
Damien said I failed one time at McDonald's, and I was like, I wasn't even trying to flirt
Bro,
with
no, you didn't try to flirt. You only failed because I did not say you failed at flirting. You failed at just fucking having
No, I
a
just
regular
failed at life.
conversation, bro. That was so awkward. Yeah.
I could definitely see though,
That was funny.
because Save is a salesperson at heart. Like he's a salesman at heart. So I can already hear and have seen conversations where it's like just the way he talks. It's like he could coax this person into whatever right now. Like the way that he's talking, fam. Like, damn, he could get me to do a fucking handstand in this bitch right now. It was good, bro. Like, fuck, bro.
Yeah, I will say that if there was ever one thing that somebody was like, "What do you like? What do you like about yourself?" I think that I'm pretty good at like talking to everybody.
Bro, in Key West, right? I remember being at the bar, like, right, and my buddy, the milkman, right? We could be right there. Fucking shout out the milkman. We could be sitting there, bro, just spinning the yarn, just fucking jokes, cracking up. Next thing we got these people right here cracking up with us, and we're just fucking shooting the shit. You know what I mean? And we're just having a good time, right? And he who must not be named would be like, "Oh, you're so fucking funny, huh?" It's like, no, like, nah, we're just fucking telling jokes, dude. Like sometimes when you do something and you do it well, it's going to come off a certain way no matter what you do, right? And like
Korpsx is good at that.
Like,
You're
and you
good at
just
that, bro.
you like being like the salesperson that you are, right? Like you're going to talk with a certain confidence. You're going to hold yourself, like people don't make you like shell up. You know what I mean? Like you can see when you see when dudes fold, bro. I know we've all seen that happen in live action, bro. Like they just fold around.
I don't like, I've never had that gene where I'm just going to be like clam up. Like I got to fight my way out of it somehow. And talking is the best way to do it. Talking is the best way to do it.
That's why.
No, but Korpsx, you're like that too, bro. You're like the fucking life of the party. I've definitely been with you on so many places, and people just gravitate towards you, and it's fun to watch. But I started, bro, the sweetie thing or sweetheart thing. I don't know where the fuck that came from, but like recently for me, that's a thing. Like within the last 2 or 3, I think now that I'm in my 30s, it might be that, but I feel like an old piece of shit. But I say sweetheart and stuff like that all the fucking time. I don't say honey. Honey's like a weird one for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, sweetheart for sure.
Like, and I don't know, and maybe it seems weird, right? It coming from women, especially when you hear women say like, "Oh, you're being a flirt," right? I think a lot of us guys, we don't see it that way because we know 9 times out of 10 homies is trying to be polite of all things, right? Because we don't seen him fucked up and we don't seen him cuss out a crowd. So like, bro, so he's just being nice right now. Like, he's being cool right now. So just let him do his thing. So for guys, we see it one way, and we're girls, right? They might like be sweet in other ways where guys see it a certain way, but then they're just like, yo, we're just being nice to the fucking server, bro.
Yeah,
like,
but this
relax.
women don't want, because you were nice to the woman that you're with, they no longer want to see you nice to somebody else. Like too nice.
Listen,
You know what I mean? Overly nice.
Listen.
I'm just telling you.
If we were all married, right? If we were all married, let's just paint this picture. If we were all married, we all know our wives would love us. But then we also know that there is men that they would clearly fuck, right? Like Jason Momoa.
That's not even fucking being married. That's just in general.
That's
life.
there's like, they love us. They think we're handsome. They think we're beautiful. Awesome. But at a drop of a hat, you would fuck Jason Momoa. I'm just saying, like, if that opportunity was presented to you, like, let's just be real. Like, there's people who just look good. Like, and I think people need to just be cool with that. Like, be cool with that idea. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're cool with that idea, then when I say, oh, thank you, sweetie, like, you know what I mean? To the girl who just ran me my fucking Bloody Mary that I've been thirsting over for 3 weeks and I'm finally taking a drink. She's sweet. Okay, she's actually doing me a very
and then
right now.
the right girl is gonna look over at you and be like, she was nice, huh? Yeah,
She's
she
nice,
was really
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, nice to us, right?
And then you go on with the conversation instead of like, oh, sweetie, huh? Oh, I hate that shit, bro. Oh, sweetie, huh? Oh my god! Like, shut the fuck up, bitch! I'm sitting here with you. Like, what the fuck are you getting mad about?
Oh my god. And it's just, I mean, that's gonna be, bro. These are debates into the end of time, dog. Like, I've heard.
But we'll also never understand, just like they'll never understand. It's okay. That's just the way life goes.
It's especially how life goes, bro. And like, what's funny is I think guys too. I think guys our age too. We go through this argument because we're starting to hit those ages of like, if we get married, right, and I die, would you marry somebody else?
Oh, that's the worst.
That's the wild one, right?
But no, they of course they are.
Of course they're going to.
Except for my mother. My mother has, from what I know, my mother has never touched another man. She probably may have. I think there was one that I suspected, and I may ask her here soon if she did, and I don't think she'll tell me if she did or not. But
crazy.
But my mother has never like had a boyfriend or anything for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and I remember I was at Yard House, and this was when I was living up at the collection. I was at the Yard House, bro, just having a drink and shit, watching the football game, and this older couple was having this drunk conversation about it, and then like they were like kind of like going back and forth, whatever, and then I was like, I remember she left, and then he's just like sitting there all mad, and I was like, she said she would marry again, didn't she? She's like, yeah, man, can you fucking believe this shit? I was like, yeah. I was like, hey, dog. I was like, hey, bro, that's gonna be an argument.
See, that's why I don't believe in soulmates, bro. I don't believe in soulmates, and I think that you can love anybody.
No, I believe that. I believe your soul has an opposite. I think like, I just think that people who marry and then marry afterwards, right, just aren't really marrying for the right reasons. I don't think you find true love twice in one lifetime. You just don't. And sometimes
true love, probably not.
You don't find true love
twice. A lot of people.
You can love a lot of people. And I think we've had this conversation too about like the depths of love. Like, I have love for certain people, and then there's some people, like, I got love for them. I love you. Like, you know what I mean? And I just don't think you never reach that depth twice. You just never reach absolute zero twice in one lifetime. You just don't. I don't care what no one says. You just don't. Mm-mm. It's not. I don't think so. Now, divorcing, right? And then and you saying like, yo, this was a straight fucking mistake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Easy to make.
Yeah, that's crazy. But saying like, oh, I've been with this person for 50 years, boom, 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 and he died because he was old and sick, and this is what gets me, and this is why I call bullshit.
50 years is kind of crazy. That means they're 70 finding new love.
Let's say 25 years.
Happens.
He passes away, right?
I know it happens, but that's like kind of rare. 70
So
years old.
well, let's say 20 years, right? They got married at 18, right? He's died by the time they're 40, so it's a little over 20 years. And the usual statement isn't like, "Oh, I found my true love again," right? The usual thing is was I supposed to be lonely? Was I just supposed to be alone for the rest? And it's like, yo, if that's your initial argument, if that's what first comes to you, it's like, yeah, actually you are. Because if you really think about it, and if you're as spiritual as I think a marriage truly calls for, that person is on the other side waiting for you, and you're supposed to be on this side waiting for them. You know what I'm saying? Like truly, like truly. Like if you ask me, that's why I'm doing marriage, and I'm doing it one time. I'm only doing it one time. I'm gonna get it right the first time.
I'm probably never gonna get married in my life.
That's what's scary.
I'm okay with that. Okay, so let me ask you this: do you believe? Because I was having this conversation with my mom today. Do you believe that everybody in their adult life should be lonely for a certain amount of time at least once?
Yes. I think you should spend most of your adult life single. Because I spent majority of like the last 4 years single. I think that's necessary. I think it's necessary for people, especially after the age of 25.
After 25.
After 25.
Mm.
Experiment with relationships. See what you like and don't like, right? I'm not even saying give your body to a bunch of different people up to that point. But know what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Right. And that's what's weird. People think just because you're having a relation with someone, like this relationship means that like it's sexual and all these things. Like it has to be that. No, it doesn't. Like that's also another reason, like break the stereotypes, break the stigmas. Like you don't have to have sex with every person you kiss, and every person you date, you don't have to kiss them. Every person you date, you don't even have to invite them to your house. Like
that's facts, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, that's facts. I'm not even gonna bring up like my shit, but yes, that's facts. I don't think you have to have sex with everybody. I hate that stigma.
Right. And so get to a certain point where like at 25, right? Like your brain's fully developed. You kind of, I don't want to say you're set in your ways, but I think you've seen enough ways to know where you sit, and you can start to refine some of these things and kind of trim it down. And then around that time, right, might be a good time you start talking to someone, start, take it a little more serious. You know what you want now. You done played around and had some fun. Cool, you learned what you like and don't like. Now you have what you like, you know what you don't like, you know what to look out for, right? And then you go out there and you say, oh, like I tell you guys, like, where do you meet these people? Like at 25, bro, you should be in the gym at least. You shouldn't be going to the bar every weekend. You maybe hit the bookstore every now and then, and should have a pretty decent job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you need to be making 100K a year, like, but a decent job. So, if you meet them in the workplace, they got decent money. If you meet them at the gym, at least they live a healthy lifestyle. If you meet them at a concert or this and that, at least you know that they're into the same lifestyle that you're into, going to shows and Disneyland and those type of things. At least you can have fun. You know what I mean? And then you just have to work around the other parts. Right, start somewhere, and then work around these other parts.
Well, let's hear from the opposite side, D. Since
what's up, gang?
I don't think you really have the same outlook on that than us.
I think there's pros and cons to both. I think in that you discover a lot about yourself for sure. But I think the inverse happens a lot too, or the inverse is really important too. If you're more geared towards, because I don't know, personally, I tried to kind of date and it didn't. I don't know, I just didn't really like it. It was very wishy-washy.
Yeah, but you were like 21.
Kind of. I mean, that's like at the tail end. Or how old was I? But
that's what I'm saying.
You
were, but what we're saying is you were younger than 25.
Yes.
You don't even really know what you like at that age.
No, but I mean, I talked to other people even before that, like before coming here, and that's when like the most I think wishy-washy people this is where I got introduced to the most wishy-washy people, like in California. Back when I was in like New Mexico and Texas, I feel like I had really good, but I also met them all in person, so I knew them all, and so, but everybody here, it was more like, let's link up or whatever it may have been. So although like I don't know, I don't have that much experience with like dating. I think I've gained a lot of experience with like being with another person for a long period of time, obviously. And I think understanding in more of like a practical sense what it means to like collaborate, especially now that I've moved in with somebody, like really be considerate with like their space, time, how much I'm spending with them versus not like being cognizant, sorry, of all those things. I don't think I would know how to manage those if I didn't have that experience now in the future. You
think you could be alone?
I know I could be alone. Yeah.
See, and I don't even want to take away either too by saying like go and date right up until 25, because I do think that there's a beauty in being with someone who helps you discover yourself, right? And discover parts of yourself. Because I think some of that is a collaborative effort and you need that, right? I don't think that young men or women should be alone trying to discover themselves, because that's a weird hole you can get down, right? You need like a solid group. So
I think it's mandatory. I think being alone doing that is mandatory.
there is some definite like one-on-one self-work you got to do, but I think because I would wonder what my thoughts would be about life if I just was by myself to 25, so I don't want to take away from saying like, oh well,
Yeah, that's what I'm. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, I just don't want to take away from like, let's say like Zero's experience where he dated people long term. Like they covered spans of his life. Like I don't mean to like talk about your life that way, but it's like they covered spans of his life, and like you said, to know how to be collaborative with someone, work with their schedules, be considerate of their time. They need their alone time. They need my time. They know I need my time and I need their time. Like, those type of that gentle push and pull that you have to learn how to create with your partner. Like that is important to know. So when I say like date around, learn what you like and don't like, I don't want people, because I think the unhealthy part of that is you create like a breakup culture, right? You create breakup, you create inconsistency, you create, well, if I don't like you and you don't like how I live, then we can just break up. It's like,
or like even when, like I remember watching this J. Cole interview where he was talking about like when people get together or they get married or whatever. I think a lot of sometimes, especially when it's fast, it's on this high of like, oh, I feel this way. You're like my other half. Like this is what we're supposed to be together. And then like 10 years, 5 years, however long it takes down the road, it's like it doesn't really feel the same. This feels different. And I feel like not being able to confront that because you're figuring it out can lead to like, this is what it's supposed to feel like. If it doesn't feel like that, you're not my soulmate. You're not supposed to be in my life, whatever. And then you never like really work with somebody to create a long lasting relationship. It's always like, I'm looking for the next highs with the next person.
Yeah, what I mean? But that could be a slippery slope. And here's why I'll say that. And here's the only experience that I feel that Korpsx and I can agree on this, and why I think we're saying what we're saying. Because I think that you're gonna do great with your relationship, and I think that you have a life-lasting relationship. Mm-hmm. But on the other side of that, Korpsx and I both have a child with somebody that we were with for a very long time, like an extremely long time, and we both separated from that person, from our respectful people, around the age of 25, 26, mm-hmm. that we were with for almost like 10 years. Mm-hmm. And then after
I was with Sid for like 5 years at that time.
And I was with Tierra for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And after that was a lot of alone time, and then some dating, and then maybe a little bit more alone time. But I'm saying that that's where because of the age where we're at now, I know that the person that I was at 18 was completely different from the person that I was at 25, and is completely different from the person that I am now at 33.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'll say is, regardless of if I was cognizant of what the shift was in my relationship, that doesn't mean that it could work with a simple conversation or a change of certain things. It changed because two people changed and wanted different things.
I
And
agree.
that relationship will no longer work. But what I'm saying, what I think what Korpsx and I are both saying is that change typically happens between the ages of 24 and 28.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
by
then
no
and
means
the
do
reason
I mean. Go ahead,
the
go
reason
ahead.
I said that it was a slippery slope is because you could fight for the relationship to work, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna work long term because you fought for it.
I agree.
Or because you know like what the shift was. Sometimes two people just they it's not the same anymore.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think that's completely true. I mean, my parents were best friends before they got together, and then even while they were together, they were like it was like really good. After I came along, they got a little bit older. A couple years went by, and then they were fighting, and then they were fighting every day. And do I think ever? Obviously, this was when I was little, but
It's your
even-
fucking fault, you fucking little
even
dumb. No, just,
he still blames
because
me
you
for-
never kiss your parents in the mouth, bro.
That's what it
True.
is, bro. You never.
No.
kiss them.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish with yours.
No, but I was gonna say by no means do I think like, oh, bro, if you just like talked it out, it'd be fine. Like, no, they were just very much in different places, and that's where I think a lot of the times it is just the case that, or the saying is true that like you just grew apart, and grew apart or grew together. Like you grow parallel sometimes, and sometimes you don't. And I don't think like any form of conversation, because you have to be real with yourself as well. Like, I'm going this way and I have to go this way. This is my life. I have to go this way. And you have to go that way. And there's nothing that we could do because one or the other will be compromising so much so that that's not fair to the other. And I can't ask that of you. And I think that's fine. I think.
But then
It's
do you
sad,
ever
but
think
it's
that do you ever think there's that point where you don't ask it for somebody because you don't want to lose the relationship?
Say that one more time.
Do you ever think it comes to a point where you don't ask a specific something from your partner because you don't want to lose the relationship?
I think regardless that always breaks at some point. If I'm understanding the question correctly, like you don't ask that of them because
That'll
they
be
won't
the
able
end.
to. Oh
Correct.
yeah, I think that breaks at some point though, because if it's something that you need or something that needs to get done for you to continue in that relationship, that's gonna come out, whether it be next week or in 5 years or in 10 years. It's gonna.
But
break.
give me an example of something that is like a necessity for you to continue in a relationship. Like what could that possibly be?
For me to.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just
no, I
saying
know,
give me an
just in
example of
general.
something. Yeah, because
Well,
I don't
like
understand.
let's say I think.
Unless you say like I have to be married or I have to have kids in order to fulfill my life.
Like to your partner, I think sometimes it's like in terms of like sometimes I feel like people have a really big family importance. I think my family is super important. And so like how much are you family oriented? I think in you asking that of your partner when they came from a background of like their family didn't get together, doesn't really care, doesn't do Christmas, doesn't do XYZ, they have a lot less importance of that. And
No, but I'm saying this far in is what I'm saying.
like 5 years in, 6 years,
Yeah,
7
like
years
4 or
in?
5 years in. Yeah, that's what I'm not saying at the beginning. Yeah, because if I started talking to some girl and she was like, oh yeah, like we have to, if I'm gonna date you, I'm dating you to get married within 5 years. Like we're gonna have another kid. You're gonna have another kid. And bye. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not about to sit here and have nobody tell me what the fuck I'm about to do within the next 5 years.
But
I'm
if
talking
that's-
about your
that's
5
fair.
years in. I'm talking about your 5 years in now. Things have changed a little bit. And now, like, what is something that somebody could say to you, or you could say to your partner, this is what I need moving forward, and it's a non-negotiable.
Like me personally,
Negotiable.
I'm just saying for an
Negotiable.
example. I'm just giving me an example. It doesn't have to be you personally. It can be if you want it to be, but I'm just saying give me an example of something that somebody could say this far down the line. Because what you're saying, if you're cognizant to what the other person wants and you're willing to change certain things so that you can continue to be with that person, you're saying that if there's a need for something, that's when it's not fair to the other person if you can't give them that need. What I'm asking you is, this far deep into a relationship, what is an example of a need that somebody could ask for that could ruin the relationship?
Well,
Does that make my question a little more clear?
It could be something like kids. It could be something like not wanting to have kids, right? It could be. I feel like a lot marriage, yeah, like you said, like whether you're or not you're willing to get married. I can go into the relationship full-heartedly believing like I want to have kids, 100%, whatever, in XYZ years, and that's what I'm going with the intention of. And then 5 years later, it's like, you know what? I actually don't know if I want to have kids, and that's unfair because obviously this person came into it and was hoping and kind of banked on the things that you yourself have said, and now that it's like, oh fuck, I don't know if I want to actually do that. But that's your life, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, do you bring that conversation? Like, at some point, you started feeling like you didn't want to have kids or you didn't want to get married. Like, are you waiting until that point gets brought back up, or like, are you saying something when that shifts?
I think, like, for me personally, I like to think on it a lot, and probably to an unhealthy amount, to where it does start to affect me so much so that the other person will notice. Like, things have affected me so much that my girlfriend's like, what's wrong? And at that point, I've thought about it a lot for like weeks, or maybe not weeks, but like at least a week nonstop, all I'm thinking about. So pretty soon after I realize the shift, it's probably getting brought up. You know,
Do you believe in things like irreconcilable differences?
like differences that you cannot like.
You just can't, like, we're
There's
not
no
going to sky
way.
eye on this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you believe those are something that you can work through?
Some,
There's some that you can. I think so.
but like
I think so too.
I think once they start stacking, though, it can get real dicey. Like if you're really like not seeing eye to eye on certain things that you might find very pivotal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if there's
Yeah,
a
like,
lot of things that we don't see eye to eye on, I'm not gonna deal with you.
Mhm.
Like, there's no point in me dealing with you. But there's gonna be things that we don't agree fully on because
Yeah.
we're fucking human beings. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna see eye to eye with everything that Korpsx does or you do or anybody. My mother, my brother. You know what I mean? But if I can write down on a piece of paper, we don't agree on this, we don't agree on this, we don't agree on this, then yeah, I probably don't need you around.
See, and that kind of goes into this thing that I was reading, and I want to bring it up later. But it's like I care less about how much we actually disagree on or agree on, right? Like, the thing is I don't want to. I just don't want this relationship to fall into insanity, right? Where these things that we are disagreeing on or even agreeing on is causing like detriment to us, right? Because you could agree with someone on everything, but quite literally be fucking insane. Like drug addicts who date other drug addicts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just agree on everything, guys. Like, there's got to be somewhere where we draw the line, to be in a very stable and healthy relationship. Like, you know what I mean? And even the things you disagree on, like, it's okay to disagree, and it's okay. Like, that's where I think we have to be comfortable enough to let our partners also be who they are, grow into who they are, right? Because you also said like growing in parallel, which I liked, which is, I think when you date and you're dating young, like I have a buddy named Jamie Boy, shout out Jamie Boy Music.
I love Jamie Boy's music.
He's been dating the same girl since they were in middle school, fam. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And this is like fucking like 15, 16 years later. And I don't think they're ever going to fucking break it off. Like, it's just never going to happen. And but it's amazing that they've allowed each other to grow up and grow into who they are. Like, one's a musician, the other one is like a nurse and shit. And they kind of, you go through the trials and tribulations of the relationship, but they allowed it to happen to a point to where they were able to make it through and prosper. Shout out.
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's only so much that you should put up with, though. Personally,
Save don't believe in love. He's like, oh fuck that.
I do believe in love. It's just that I'm willing to put up with a lot less shit now, right? I'm already gonna have to put up with one woman for the rest of my life because of my son, right?
Mhm.
And I've we've created a great space in order to do that, right? So I know that there's a willfulness and willingness to compromise, and if I can do that with somebody that I'm not with, then I can only be impressed by the things that I can do with somebody that I'm willing to be with.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? So there's lines, there's boundaries, there's certain such a gay ass fucking. I didn't mean to say that.
Bro, it's good. You're growing.
It's not boundaries. It's not boundaries. It's not boundaries.
You're growing as a person.
It's not boundaries.
It's good that you've been drawing boundaries since
it's
the last
good,
time we
bro.
spoke
Right here.
about
No,
it.
but there's only a certain line of shit that I'm gonna be that I'm willing to deal with, and there's stuff. There are gonna be certain things that are non-negotiable. But everything in life you can communicate. And as long as the communication is there, that's all I care about.
It's figure outable.
It's figure outable.
Figure outable.
But listen, we got to set ourselves up into the space to, even if you fuck up, you communicate it.
Mm-hmm.
And then may the chips fall as they lie. You know what I mean? Like lie as they fall. Or
fall where they may.
Fall where they may. But yeah, even if you fuck up, like, you have to be able to understand that communication is so important that even if you fuck up, you communicate it.
I agree.
Because you have to have enough respect for somebody to, first of all, tell them about themselves. If you're fucking up, if I've ever told you, yo, you're fucking up, bro. Like I don't like that you did this, or you're fucking up, like you fucked up by doing that. I respect the shit out of you because I respect you enough to tell you that you fucked up. Second of all, if I ever fucked up and I told you that I fucked up, I respect you enough to tell you that I fucked up. And I will take respect any fucking given day of the week.
Mm-hmm. Based.
So it's important.
Based.
Not boundaries, though.
Boundaries.
That happened live. Edit that out in post.
Podcast. That happened live.
Edit that out in post. Edit that out in post.
Chat, clip it. Somebody clip
Edit it out in post.
Save. Sign us out, baby.
All right, baby boys. Thank you guys so much for another beautiful, gorgeous, encouraging, and engorging week of the Usual Tuesday podcast. I've been Save. I've been joined by Korpsx and 0%. And guys, make sure you guys follow Korpsx on his socials because he's been posting a lot more podcasts on the smoking section. And make sure you guys follow Zero because this motherfucker been posting hella shit in condemned houses and all types of shit for tech related videos. But I'm excited to see Zero's video about the iPhone 16 because I'm hoping he's actually gonna do one. I know he teased it on his last video.
Wait, what did I tease?
Maybe I can get my hands on an iPhone 16, show you guys the differences.
Apple, sponsor this man.
Oh, fuck. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But
wow, you could go to the Apple store and play with it.
I was going to say, maybe I'll steal some footage from Apple store or something.
Apple,
like
sponsor this man. We need a sponsorship for 0%. Everybody. Send it right now.
No, because then he's gonna be an Apple whore, and he's not gonna be able to do like Google videos and like.
All
right. No, I'll never.
All right, but thank you guys so much for another week. I'll be a year older the next time we talk. So as always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. I love y'all. Keep smiling. I'll see you guys on the next one.
All right.
No,
rock, paper, scissors.
Wait. No, you have to go last. No, you have to go
last.
No, because you're gonna say some prolific shit, and I'll be like, bye.
That's why I didn't understand why you was this man was sitting there quiet. I'm like thinking in my head, like every week he was.
I forgot. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you so much for our community. Listen, I am doing a lot of tech shit, but check out their socials as well. Save has to start streaming very soon. It's just a matter of time. So watch this game.
There's some shit in the works. I'm actually I'm getting a new stream room. So there's some shit in the works. I'm getting a new stream room. It might be about 2 to 4 weeks, but
take your time.
It's coming.
But we're excited to see. Never mind. I was gonna say do a Dr. Disrespect, but don't like. I was gonna say how epic he does this shit, but
oh man, that I honestly I don't give a fuck about what the beef is with Dr. Disrespect. That man is one of the best streamers because of that type of shit, and it's fucking amazing, bro. Like, I don't know if you watched his coming back stream, but he was like,
I did.
We got a new arena, and then he was like going through, bro.
It was cool. It was cool to see. But yeah,
So good.
I mean, fuck him otherwise. But he did some really cool shit. His shit is high quality. Thanks so much for watching. Check out Korpsx, like Save said. And yeah, be safe. Peace.
Whether you watch for a minute and out,
Oh,
Jesus Christ, this
what-
motherfucker forgot his whole outro. What the fuck is going on?
Whether
He's
you
ready
watch
to go. He's
for
ready.
a minute, an hour, the whole time, the whole stream, or you watched it on the playback. I appreciate you. Peace.
All right, my guys, and you dudes are putting a lot of pressure by making me try to do this at the end. You guys did that last week.
Sorry.
It's a lot of pressure, right? Like,
You always
but okay.
deliver.
Yeah, my name is Korpsx. Yeah, korpscollection.com. You know the deal, right? Save. Yeah, dude, you got to get back on your streaming, bro. You got to give you
I promise
really, really, really. I miss opening up Facebook and seeing
If-
you and
if you
Jordan
want-
and everything.
If you want some insight, I'm actually in the middle of making a like a teaser video, like the comeback. I'm making a
Ooh.
teaser video of all Walmart Easy E.
Yo.
My hair's not coming out of the back of my hat right here.
That's great.
But yeah, I'm in the middle of making a teaser video for the comeback. So that's what I'm literally working on it right now.
A real quick question. Are we continuing to see you on solely Facebook, or is it going to be multi, or is it going to be YouTube?
You'll have to wait and see, buddy.
That's crazy.
I'm
You're
not
gonna
Let's
put the
giving you
hat
all
go.
that
on.
information
You're gonna
yet.
have the different hats on the table, and then put the hat that you're gonna be streaming on it.
Yeah.
I
Solid
haven't decided yet. I won't release that information. Some shit. I'm working on it. I'm looking forward to coming back to streaming though. I really miss it, and I cannot. I actually just got a text message today asking if I was doing a stream for my birthday. So I know that you guys are not the only ones asking.
Birthday stream will be fire.
I'm not doing a birthday stream this year because I actually have plans, but it will be sooner than people expect.
So everybody be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. And also be on the lookout for 0%. The other lovely host of this show. He's got more tech stuff coming out. Yeah.
Every day.
All the time. Apple. Sponsor this man. You guys know I
Anchor,
always-
we need more packages.
you guys know I always do a little sign off, right? And stoicism was a thing that I really enjoyed during my short stint in college. And one of the stoic perspectives is the object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. So no matter where you guys stand, no matter what your position is, yeah, just make sure that you're being just and rightful with it. Yeah. Until next time, I hope you guys have a good day, week, month, year, life. Stay motivated.
Oh, we went from bang to pow. I like it.
Always delivering, bro.
All right, boys. You guys take care. I hate you
All
guys
right,
later.
Guys, be safe.
All right.
Peace.